All right, Tom, I'm talking. I'm getting a bunch of stuff here on Audio Compass. I'm not getting the text box. Yeah, I'm not seeing it now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, got it. Didn't do it, did it? All right, Trey, type in, if you would, for me. All right, there you go. Should be 3 seconds.
Mike, there we go.
There we go.
I hear my left ear, not
the
my right.
BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And the folks over at change.org have made it happen. A big petition they've had out for a while requesting the return of peanut butter caramel cups from Hershey has been heard. And yes, they will be available again nationwide November 17th. Reese's Caramel Big Cups available November 17th.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. Dayquil Kids Berry from Vicks. Dayquil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that Dayquil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
Dayquil Kids Berry. The Kids Berry-licious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids. Medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope, and they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
about being the soundtrack to your weekend. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Saturday and your Veterans Day. Here's Daryl Singletary.
Country.
Country 100.9 The Farm.
Redneck.
Around here, don't listen to the Beatles from old Bo Stevens through a jukebox needle at the honky tonk. Where they boost on, fall
Credit Union, West Tennessee Public Utility District, Johnsonville TVA, and Pepper's Ford.
From Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Bethel University in McKenzie, Tennessee, on this bright and sunny Saturday, it's Senior Day here at the Wildcat Stadium. As Michael Jasper, the head coach, congratulating his seniors, their parents, many of them down there, their relatives. Some of the players have fellow players with them as well. Good to be with you with Wildcat football today as the number 8 Cats and the number 11 Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders out of Columbia, Kentucky will clash here today. Postseason bids could be on the line here today. Bethel, if they win, pretty well in, no doubt. And a chance to have a bye week next week. The top 12 teams in the country get on to the playoffs. The other 8 teams of the top 20 then would play each other, and 4 would come out of that. You'd have the Sweet 16. If you lose today, Bethel, well, I still think they'll make the playoffs, but it's a possibility they may not. Meanwhile, the kids from Columbia, Lindsey Wilson, they're fighting for their playoff lives here today. They come in here today at 7-2, 4-1 in the conference. Bethel likewise 4-1 in the league and 9-1 overall. The 2 losses that the Lindsey Wilson team has incurred at the hands of Kaiser in a non-conference game and Georgetown, who's in the driver's seat today. Meanwhile, the Cats, they only lost to Georgetown as well. A bright sunny day here, as we said, 62 degrees. Craig Lund is with us. It's always fun on Senior Day, a bittersweet kind of day. Coach Michael Jasper in the meeting today, the 10th meeting between the 2 programs. The Cats snapped a Blue Raider 28-game conference winning streak last year with a hard-fought and thrilling 21-16 victory that went to the wire. Lindsey Wilson had won 3 in a row in the series. The Blue Raiders have a 6-3 advantage between the 2. And Craig Lund, great to have you with us. And certainly, as we said, a bittersweet day when you have Senior Day. And we've already had some fireworks and activities before this Senior Day ceremony. We had a little melee. I guess I wouldn't call it a melee. We had a lot of bumping and pushing and jawing at each other, but cooler heads prevail. But the teams took exception to each other. Not sure what happened, and we'll not go into that right now. But sort of an ugly scene at first, but cooler heads prevail in the pregame warm-ups.
No doubt about it. When these two get together, Dave, it's always going to be a feisty affair, we'll say. They don't like each other. You know, Lindsey Wilson has been one of the predominantly better football teams in the conference throughout the years. In the last few years, Bethel's had their numbers, and you're going to see a good ball game today on this field. Playoff implications on the line, probably for both teams.
No doubt about it. The Cats, as we said, 9-1, 4-1. The Raiders 7-2, 4-1. Bethel is 5-1 at home on the season, while the Raiders are 3-1 on the road. Both teams suffered losses. We mentioned to Georgetown. Lindsey Wilson's other loss before you joined us, Craig, was to Kaiser. Bethel is second in the nation in scoring, averaging 45.1 points a game. This is the 499th game in program history with Bethel's record at 203, 287, and 8. And Bethel ran the record to 9-1 and 4-1 last week with a thrilling 36-14 road win at Campbellsville. It was a tough game. The Tigers, a very formidable opponent. They have an outstanding quarterback, and we'll face another outstanding quarterback today in Ethan Cash. But you look at this team, the Raiders coming in averaging 31.9. They are yielding 17.3. Bethel averaging 45 and still down in the teens that they're averaging giving up. One thing that really stands out at you with this Lindsey Wilson ball club defense, they lost to Georgetown 10-0. They lost to Kaiser in the game that woulda, coulda, shoulda. But Craig, the Cats, I did Lions last night. The Cats average 160 yards per game on the ground, 294 in the air. This team yielding only 57.3. Something's got to give, and what will prevail here today is yet to be seen.
And no doubt about it. You know, a football coach will tell you won't be able to run the ball successfully to set up your pass. So that's what Coach Jasper needs to do. They got to be able to establish that run to make sure we can set up the pass with Collazo, hitting Barons and company downfield.
Great day, 62 degrees at kickoff. We're joined today by our fine folks at Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. Paul Schultz is the executive producer. Christopher Reasons is our director today. Replay, well, we have Olivia Barlow's on the camera, and then we have Billy Bolin and Eric Inman on the cameras today as well. So we look forward to that. And I think Ashley Olivia, she's helping Chris produce and direct and do the replays over here as well. Is that correct, Chris? No, she's not. Okay, all right, we'll get that straight in a minute. But we do know that Tom Yarbrough's back in the friendly confines of the radio station at 100.9 WEAIO and thefarmradio.com, where he's happy because he's a Bama fan. I'm not happy. It's Alabama 28, Kentucky 7 in the first half. Let's take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, Craig says neither is, but he's not a Kentucky fan. He's a big Tennessee fan. So we'll let that pass, Craig. But I agree. But it's pretty well going the way we thought it would in Lexington. We'll talk some high school playoff action when we come back. We'll get Craig's keys to the big win today if the Cats can pull it out. It's a lot on the line today, more than usual, folks, other than just the regular season finale and Senior Day. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll step out. Be back after this on the Bethel Football Network.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Harold Bank and Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Harold Bank and Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Harold Bank and Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Always online at HaroldBank.com.
We're proud to call Huntington one of our leading hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Health Clinic is open on McCoy Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and confinement care. Hometown Health Clinic, staff of folks you know, caring for families just like yours. At McCoy Square in Huntington, and online at hometownclinics.com.
Coming or going, the first move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntington. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. Want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
And welcome back. The countdown to kickoff continues here. I'm Diamond Dave McCulley along with Craig London. Craig, record-setting week last week, and for that matter, the last couple of weeks for the Wildcats, sir.
No doubt about it. About the numbers last week, J.D. Dixon had 9 receptions for 163 yards. Dixon's touchdown reception was 15th on the season, which ties in for the most in a season. Isaiah Hoofkin had 15 in 2003. Another one, Demetrius Gilbert's interception gave him 17 career picks, which is the most in Bethel Wildcat history. Martez Smith had 18 carries for a game-high 96 yards. Colazzo was 24-34 in passing, 254 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Both of these teams have had their share of players of the week as well. Joaquin Colazzo III. I was talking to Chris Wells, the assistant commissioner of the league, as well as the great radio voice of Lindsey Wilson, former SID there. And Chris was telling me that he thought Colazzo was going to be obviously the player of the year in the conference. And I mentioned I thought he had a great chance to be the conference, not only the conference player, but the NAI player of the year. But Chris reminded me you have to go pretty deep in the playoffs for that to happen. But this Cat team has a chance to do that. But he's the offensive player of the week 2 weeks ago. It's 4th time this season, 8th time in his career. And he was the NAI offensive player of the week as well that week. Meanwhile, Demetrius Gilbert, Jalen Taylor, and Andrew Welch named player of the weeks as well earlier in the year. And then you look at on the other side of the ledger, Chevis Elliott, a sophomore defensive back from Russellville, Kentucky. He's the defensive player of the week this past week for Lindsey Wilson.
Well, defensively, Lindsey Wilson's a tough defense, and the Wildcats really going to come out and really stay on top of their game and really drive off the football and, like I said, try to establish that run. I think it all starts up front with our offensive line. We've got to be able to run the football effectively so Colazzo can have another breakout day like he's had.
No doubt about it. We mentioned those numbers a moment ago. The Cats, 160 on the ground, 2+ in the air. Been really even Steven pretty well, about 45% of the time passing the ball. The other time running, 453.6 total yardage. And the Cat defense, we bragged on Lindsey Wilson's defense. You know, they lost to Georgetown 10-0, a game that could have gone either way. But you look at the Cats, they're only yielding 79 points a game, or 79 yards per game on the ground, 137 in the air. But Georgetown's the only team this year that came in and just basically exploited us, I thought, on the ground. They had 247 that game.
A lot of times football games are about matchups, right? And so Georgetown matched up, I think, really well against the Wildcats, had a really good game plan coming in. And if I remember correctly, let's be honest, Wildcats probably didn't play their best football that day either, and that played right into the hands of a Georgetown team who had in their mindset to come in here and knock off the number 10 team in the country at the time.
We bragged a lot on Colazzo. Well, we mentioned Ethan Cash briefly, Spring Hill, Tennessee native, Independence High School. He's 56% in his passes being completed, almost 1,800 yards, 197.9, 16 touchdowns. He has had the propensity, though, to throw interceptions, 9 on the year.
Well, and again, that plays into the Cats defense, really big on the interceptions to help that offense. get good positive momentum probably on the plus side of the field to help Collazo.
No one in this booth is eligible, but today, some lucky fan that picks up a program, if you're listening to us coming in on 100.9, be sure and get your game program. There's a chance you could win Pepsi for a year. That's right, Pepsi products, and that's Pepsi Mid-America making that possible today. We'll have a very special ceremony honoring a very special person here at halftime as well. And then the senior day activities with the cheer and the football team in the pregame. And then here in the nightcap, at halftime, the band will be saluted as well. This is the countdown to kickoff. We'll come back, tell you more about some of our great sponsors. Craig will give you his keys for a Cat win today. We'll talk about that even further. And the Cats coming in here today with a chance to secure definitely a playoff spot and secure second place behind Georgetown. Now, Georgetown could lose today. I don't think that will happen, but they could. But even if they were to lose, Bethel is still behind the gun as far as trying to be the first team in the conference. We'll come back right after this. This is the Bethel Football Network.
To finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments that fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and mark down low rates. 4 locations to serve you, and Cunningham, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carol Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carol Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carol Bank & Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Always online at carolbank.com.
We're proud to call Huntington one of our new hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Vet Clinic is open on the 4 Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and confinement care. Hometown Vet Clinic, safe for folks who know, for families just like you. 4 Square in Huntington, and online at hometownclinics.com.
Well, death, taxes, and the scoreboard. That's pretty well the thought here from this SID and radio announcer, but hopefully we'll get that straightened out. The board has worked all morning. It's a brand new board. It's just a tremendous-looking board, Craig, but we have had a couple of issues with it, and right now the Rivals press box, the sports bar and grill logo is up there, and they are great folks. And, Craig, you tell the folks more about Rivals, if you would, sir.
About Rivals. Mackenzie's famous Rivals is home to Mackenzie's famous hometown 50-cent wings on Wednesday. It's proud to sponsor Dave. I'm going to start over. It's okay. Try to ad-lib. If you bring your ticket stub to Rival Sports Restaurant just a mile down the road on Cedar Street after the game, and you'll enjoy the best burgers, sauce, sandwiches, pizzas, pasta, salad, and wings in town, and get 15% off.
In your defense, I did just spring that on you at the last minute.
You just threw it to me.
So I apologize. But
I did not have an opportunity to read that.
This is the Rivals press box today. Hubble knows all about Rivals. And speaking of Rivals, Mile and Huntington last night, the Mustangs, congratulations to them. And the Rebels and Collinwood, congratulations to your Rebels.
Yeah, they did. Rebels came in last night over here in McKenzie, 143-0. Got to make a long trip next Friday night.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours down to Lynchburg, Tennessee to take on the Moore County Raiders. And I'm going to tell you what, we talked about this off air, back last year after the Rebels won that state championship, the talk in town was to get back, you're going to have to go through Lynchburg this year.
Yep.
And it came to fruition. Everybody kind of circled that one on the calendar, kind of thought that's what it would be, and that's what it's going to be next Friday night at Battle.
Lynchburg, known for a couple of reasons, great football, and, of course, I think most of you know the whiskey and all those kind of things up in Lynchburg. I've actually called a couple of games. We did a game with USJ one year in the playoffs. I forget now, the announcer couldn't make it, so they called me at the last minute. We went up there and did that game, and then Dave Siegemann, former writer for for the Jackson was with me, and Stevie Ray, the Newtown Heyman, and then I was up there with Peabody one year. Tough place to play, but good luck to the Rebels. Today, I should say, not only with Rivals Press Box, our sponsorship today, our game being brought to you by West Tennessee Public Utilities, Smith & Smith Optometry, Steve Morton and State Farm Insurance, Trevathian's Electrical Service, we may call Trevathian's any minute, Carroll Bank and Trust, Nikki Joe Stafford Real Estate, City Floors, Anchor Transportation, Centennial Bank, Mazda Painting, Hometown Health, and Hometown Hangout. Craig, we talked about this. One thing about the game like this, Phil Klecker, Coach Klecker, 7-2, his ball club 4-1, done an outstanding job there. But obviously he followed some big shoes. Coach went up to Georgetown, but Mike Jasper, 35-16, 22-13 in conference play. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 499th game played in Bethel football history. Number 8 versus number 11. Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
It does not. And I didn't realize this was game number 499 for the Cats. Big ball game. And again, like I said, playoff implications for both these teams. Bethel, have we went through that yet, the playoff scenarios? If we win, have you done that yet?
We talked a little bit briefly about it. If we win, obviously we're going to get a bye,
right,
and be no worse than 8th in the country. And the top 12 teams, Craig, thanks for bringing it back up, but the top 12 teams get a first-round bye, so they would not play on the 18th. The other 8 teams in the top 20 are the 20 teams picked, and that selection show, by the way, is Sunday night at 6 o'clock on the NAI Facebook page. Now, we remind you, too, that if you'd like to watch that, we are putting things together. Mike Jasper's putting some things together as we speak. Well, not right now. He's beginning to coach, but about to coach his team, hopefully to a big win. But there is a chance in the Crisp Arena at 6 o'clock Sunday night. You can come watch the preview show and the show to let us know where we'll be going. Now, if Bethel were to win, you're solidly in, no doubt about it. And you're probably going to get that first-round bye. Just take the word probably. You're going to get the first-round bye. The chance, though, to lose, there's 2 scenarios. One, may not make the playoffs at all.
Right.
Georgetown and Lindsey would go in. If you lose, you still possibly could get in. Maybe 3 teams from the conference would get in. Maybe Lindsey would be left out. But the bottom line is that Bethel, if they lose, I think still going to get in. Personally, I think they'll get in. I've been around these wars 31 years. I think they'll still get in. But you might be at home and you might be on the road, but it would be next week.
Yeah, and, Coach Jasper, I'm sure, wants to take care of business day and have that week off to heal up, prepare for Thanksgiving weekend on the 25th, whoever they're going to have to face that weekend.
Sure, no doubt about it. Let's take another 2-minute break. Dr. Derek Jones, his band members, his seniors will be saluted at halftime, and Tremaine Johnson will do the national anthem. He's going to do that from down on the field later today, and that's going to be a big deal here for the folks. So we're going to take a quick break, just a minute break. We'll come back, try to get that on for you. He deserves that. He's one of the great vocals ever around these areas. We'll be back right after this 60-second message. This is the countdown to kickoff. It's Bethel and Lindsey Wilson in a big Mid-South Conference showdown. Doesn't get much bigger than this. Big crowd gathering. Be with us and stay with us here on the Bethel Football Network.
Coming or going, the first move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntingdon. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
We welcome you back to Wildcat football here Saturday afternoon as the Wildcats play host to Lindsey Wilson. Dr. Derek Jones and the Wildcat band on the field now. The Colored Arms getting ready to be presented, Dave McCulley. And we're trying to get ready for football here.
And obviously some issues with the scoreboard at the moment. They can't get that going on. And I would apologize, but it's nothing that we've done or not done. The scoreboard just decided to go out on a blink. And they're working on it. We have some of our staff down there working on it. And they might have to have the score and everything kept down or the time kept down on the field, as a matter of fact.
And no coach likes that whatsoever, because you want to be able to see that time clock, especially when it's getting close to the end of a quarter or a half.
We talked about Huntington, the Mustangs, a moment ago. One of the great voices ever. former voice of the Huntington Mustangs, Kent Jones, the Vanderbilt graduate, but and former PA announcer here at Bethel's Wildcat Stadium. His lovely wife, Charlene, passed away recently. We wanted to send along our thoughts and prayers. He texted me last night about the obituary. I think it's at Dillahunty, Funeral Home. We'll talk about that as soon as we get some info on that. We're going to do a little blurb on our website about that. She deserves that. Kent and Charlene were inducted in the Hall of Fame as contributors several years ago. One of the sweetest people you would ever meet in your life, and a huge lover of Bethel athletics and Bethel University.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, my broadcast with Mackenzie, we'd go over there and mess around with the Mustangs when Kent was doing the PA or whatever.
He and Larry Logan for years.
Larry Logan, a Mackenzie person. Mackenzie anyway. Always very gracious, very kind, even though it was Mustang Mackenzie. You kind of have that inside the press box camaraderie, buddies, So my thoughts and prayers go out with Kent and the family, and man, I did not know that. I'm
just
glad you told me
passed
that.
away recently, Charlene Jones, and of course Hubble knows the Jones family really well, and our thoughts and prayers with Kent and the entire family. Just wonderful and sweetest people you'll ever meet. And Kent, one of the great voices ever. I have the ball at the 22-yard line. Let's go down on the field now, see if we can pick up what we think is going to be a treat. The invocation, first of all, by Dr. Chaplain Hames, and then the national anthem by Tremaine Johnson. You'll be in for a treat. Stay with us.
Let us pray. Our great God and King, we thank you for all the blessings you have given us today. We thank you for the clear skies above us and the cool air that is around us. We thank you for life, for health, and the joys of this game. We pray, Father, that this game will be a pleasant and joyful experience for all of us who have gathered. We pray also that you will protect all of those who walk on the field today. Keep athletes, coaches, and officials from harm. Let every player play to the best of their ability, and let the spirit of sportsmanship and fairness build this stadium. Finally, Father, we thank you that each of us may leave this place praising you for all your blessings. All this we pray in the name of Jesus Christ, our Redeemer and King, and all of God's children said, Amen.
The invocation by Dr. Ann Hames, Chaplain Ann Hames, and now, ladies and gentlemen, a treat for you as well. The national anthem by Tremaine Johnson. The colors being presented here, as you see them come out on your screen there. You folks watching on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz, and you listening at 100.9. Colors being presented, I should say, by the Bethel University ROTC Corps.
Because it's Veterans Day.
And it's Veterans Day here, and certainly our great acknowledgement to Dr. Derek Hubble reminding me of that. And we salute veterans all over the nation, all over the world. We enjoy freedom because of their sacrifice. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go down on the field with your national anthem by Tremaine Johnson.
Oh, can you see early light? What so proudly we live at the twilight whose broad stripes and white stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we were so gallant
Well, if that doesn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand, either A, you don't have any hair back there, or you're just not having a great heart. Even the folks here in the press box rising and standing and applauding the efforts of Tremaine Johnson on Veterans Day 2023. Craig Lund, it doesn't get any better than that.
Amazing right there. Fantastic job. That needs to be recorded and put on a CD for me to play on Friday nights.
Well, Christopher Reasons and his crew did a great job. Close-ups of Tremaine and the fireworks and the scoreboard. Derek did a great job with the American flag up on the scoreboard as well. Right now, if we could just get the numbers to work, we'd be in pretty good shape. Craig, final thoughts about this matchup. All the pregame activities are by the board. The countdown to kickoff is winding down. We get ready for the kickoff. Your thoughts? A little melee. I wouldn't say melee, but a little scuffle, a little pushing and shoving, and probably not Sunday school language down there before the game by both teams. But the bottom line is cooler heads did prevail. There was nothing that got super ugly. A little ugly looking at the first, but cooler heads prevailed. The coaches and some of the support staff. Brad Chappell was down there to help out as well. But the bottom line is all that's by the board. It could get a little chippy. Your thoughts about this game, your final thoughts on the keys.
So 3 keys for the Wildcats. We already talked about one of them. Establish, control the line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be imperative for whoever controls that line of scrimmage. Get football games are won in the trenches, and that's going to be key today with that defense of Lindsey Wilson, that offense for McKenzie for the Wildcats. Got to control the line of scrimmage. Number 2, if you're the Cats, you got to play clean. No turnovers. No turnovers, create some turnovers. You want to play a clean side of the game on the offensive side. And the third thing, I always like this because I think this is key in a game that could wind up being very close. Someone on your football team has to make a spectacular play.
No doubt about it. Special teams a big factor as well. You mentioned keep it clean. Penalties, 77 for Bethel. Too many yards, 748. Meanwhile, Coach Klecker's ball club, 44 penalties, only 424 yards. Let's see if that holds true today. Let's hope not if you're a Bethel fan. Appreciate all you folks at Lindsey Wilson tuning in today. Chris Wells, Bob Boone, they're all here. Great friends of mine. Chris, the assistant commissioner, along with the great voice of Lindsey Wilson through the years. Colazzo, Burns, and others will come out. Those other seniors will be Quinterian Wynn, he's just a junior, but he's one of the captains today. And the other captain will be Xavier King from Haywood County, 5th leading tackler on the team. We mentioned Colazzo. What a year, what a career. The kid has been amazing. You talk about his numbers, 203 of 290. A whopping 70% of his passes have been successfully completed. 2,883 yards. How about 29 touchdowns and 7 interceptions? Remarkable numbers for a remarkable young man who's actually a part of our SID staff as one of our work studies. The captains coming out, and those numbers are a little hard to read, that blue and white.
And that's the reason why I went dead air. I'm squinting my eyes. It's 11, number for Lindsey Wilson, number 11, Ethan Cash. Quarterback, number 99, Theron Orr, a defensive lineman. And that looks to be number 28, Latarion Taylor, a defensive back. It says redshirt freshman. That could be 26 too, Dave. It's just so tough to read.
It really is. I think that's Dawson, Jabias Dawson, the junior running back. He came in today with 956 yards, or comes in with 956 yards. There we go. Now, Christopher and the gang, they bailed us out. It is, even with a close-up, it's hard to read. I think that is 28 Latarion Taylor, though, yes. So the Raiders out of Columbia, Kentucky, and the Cats out of McKenzie. The officials here today. The referee will be one G. Adam Stimmel. Sounds like a lawyer when you put those names in there. Travis Linebarger, the umpire. The headline judge is Jerry Curry. Line judge, Taylor Roberts. Side judge, Corey Galloway. Field judge, Kyle Pearson. Back judge, Jeremy Beck. And keeping them all together is 2 guys we know really well. Game clock operator, Barry Capps, and play clock operator, Adam Welch, who Hubble taught him everything he needs to know. We get ready for this one. The Cats down to our right. And they get ready to come out. That great look, boy. The camera angles of Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz. Again, we have Olivia working today. We have Billy, Eric, and the mastermind, Christopher Reasons, being taught, as always, by the ever-present one, although he's not with us, he's doing Union Volleyball, Paul Schulte. By the way, Paul just won the TSSAA Contributor, the Regional Contributor of the Year, and that's a great honor for him. Well deserved.
Absolutely. Saw that on the TSSAA Facebook post the other day, and couldn't wait to get over here and tell him congratulations on all the hard work he was the first. When I congratulated him, he was the first to say it wasn't my award, it was our award, it was a team award. So he put all the glory back on his crew. Has a good leader would, and we congratulate Paul for that.
Yeah, let's go down to the field. Mr. Stimmel giving you the directions there. You get a great look at the captains.
Lindsey Wilson, you are our visitor.
Colazzo already rubbing his hands, keeping them warm. 62 degrees here. After a little bit of a fracas before the game, you would think all those guys were best buddies right now, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's good sportsmanship. It is tails. Lindsey Wilson won the. They are going to defer. Lindsey Wilson wearing the blue and white today out of Columbia. And they will defer, and the Cats will have their paws on it to begin this game. Craig, it's interesting, always interesting when coaches, some like to defer, some never defer, and some, they go back and forth depending on the matchups.
Majority of college coaches will always defer, but the trend this year in high school, and it has been with McKenzie, we receive the football. We want our offense on the field first to put the pressure on that other team across the way.
Well, the black and white clad Cats against the blue and white clad Raiders out of Columbia. The officials running out to midfield to get all their numbers together. The fireworks going off, and the Cats down the right. Here they come off the hill. The Cats are in the house at Wildcat Stadium.
Lindsey Wilson brought a good crowd. When they run across onto the field, you could really hear the crowd erupt for Lindsey Wilson.
A lot of tradition. The band, the Renaissance band, striking up, and you see the Cats coming through the line there, the cheerleaders and the band. Nothing like Saturday afternoon football in the South, buddy.
Absolutely, nothing greater. Of course, you're going to say maybe a Saturday afternoon in Rupp Arena might trump it a little bit, but we're not there yet.
I'm already planning on not sleeping much Monday night when the Cats take on #1 Kansas Tuesday.
Baby.
How about Duke getting beat at home?
I saw that.
Arizona. And Brandon Kilburn not happy with that, I'll guarantee you. Well, the scoreboard's working, and you've got the starters, Craig.
Here we go. Starting lineups for Lindsey Wilson on offense. Number 60 at offensive line, Eli Sherrod. Offensive lineman number 73, Lane Cripps. Offensive lineman number 65, Corey Teague. Offensive lineman number 72, James Hancock. Offensive lineman number 59, Larry Montgomery. Tight end number 87, Seth Phillips. Wide receiver number 7, Logan Collier. Wide receiver number 5, Quante Hicks. Wide receiver number 82, Michael Burdick. Running back number 26, Tobias Dawson. And the quarterback number 11, Ethan Cash. Your kicker today for Lindsey Wilson, number 88, Harris Nichols. The punter, number 88, Harris Nichols. And the long snapper will be number 42, Ben Banks.
We'll go with the Cats offensively when they take the field here in a minute. Craig will have that for you. Nichols, a good kicker. 3 of 7 in field goals, longest 45, 34, 39 in PATs. He's averaging 40 yards per punt. He does everything, kickoff, punting, PATs, you name it, he does it. The Cats will send back to receive this opening kickoff. I look around my corner here. Gilbert's back there.
And Gilbert and...
looks like Tyler Ball.
Tyler Ball.
Yep, those are the deep guys. Let's see if they go deep to them. They know of Gilbert's prowess, and they'll probably keep it away from him. And it's going to be Ball who will get it at about the 7-yard line. He's coming upfield, folks, as you watch on your screen. He's tripped up, but keeps his balance and plunders his way to the 25-yard line. All in all, not a bad return, and we've already got a couple of guys scampering around a little bit there, but cooler heads prevail. Well, 25-yard line, 1st and 10. You've got the Cat offensive unit.
Cat offense. At left tackle, number 67, Jackson Surratt. At left guard, number 70, Tyrell Wynn. At center, number 66, Jaden Taylor. At right guard, number 51, Dylan Morales. At right tackle, number 78, Logan Davis. At wide receiver, number 3, Jalen Taylor. The tight end, number 9, Tyrell Partey. And wide receiver, number 7, Avante Burris. Wide receiver, number 37, J.D. Dixon. Running back, 45, Martez Smith. And quarterback, number 13, Joaquin Colazzo.
Although Terrence Roberts will start at that running back position. Late change there next to Colazzo. Colazzo play fakes it, goes over the middle, it's caught. And that pass is going to be completed to Jalen Taylor, who's coming off a tremendous game at Faulkner. 227 yards. He gets a big pickup there. Craig, that's the most yards ever caught by a receiver in a game at Faulkner 2 weeks ago. It's a first down. The Cats get the first down, a 20-yard pickup to the 45.
Going quick, too. Came right out of that and right back to the line of scrimmage. Colazzo pressured now.
Colazzo rolling to the left is going to find the tight end. He's going to catch it. He's in Lindsey Wilson territory, still on his feet. He may go in. He's to the 10, to the 5. It's going to be a touchdown, Cats!
Wow, Dave McCulley, I thought he stepped out over there on the sideline, and the coach over there for Lindsey Wilson is having a come apart.
Coach...
Here's the replay.
Here's the replay. Let's see if he goes. That's going to be catching that ball. Alonzo Russell, the tight end. Russell caught it. Boy, he's really close. Oh, my goodness.
We may have got away with one, Dave.
May very well have. And they may look at that. They are going to throw the flag, and they're going to look at that. Coach Klecker And now one of the officials talking it over. Yep, I think they might review that. Let's wait and see. And Mr. Stimmel is telling Lindsey Wilson to get back. They've thrown the red flag, and they'll walk over and talk to Coach. And I think he said he went out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Can we get another replay of that, Chris, if you don't mind, Christopher Reasons?
Now, I'm assuming they're using our camera work right here, right?
Yep, here we go.
There's no way they can overturn that, I don't think.
No, it's got to be. And there's Russell breaking out of there. He did a great job coming back to help his quarterback. No, after the play, unsportsmanlike. That's on Collazo, unsportsmanlike. So Coach Klecker is challenging that he went out of bounds, and then Collazo gets called for an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
The only look. Can we say it one more time, guys?
Christopher Reason's doing a great job. BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios.
Look at his foot when he hits the 30-yard line. That will be the closest one I could see.
I don't think we can really tell from our angle here, though.
You're right, but that would be, if they're going to overturn it on anything, it'll be that particular spot on the field.
All right.
May have already lost. May not be able to get it back.
You see the official going down, writing his notes. Got the iPad down there. Well, let's see if it stands. 14-60, and the Cats, that would be a 75-yard drive if it stands. A 55-yard touchdown pass. Collazo to Russell. Alonzo, the 6', 205 youngster from Chattanooga. That'd be his first touchdown catch of the year.
You know, Coach Jasper comes out 3 straight passes right there to set the tone of this football game. Really thought he would come out and try to test that run defense first, but he comes out picking up where they left off with Collazo's big arm and hits a big touchdown there, if it stands, to put the Cats up 6-0, 14-16 in the first.
Band loving it. Get a good shot. Our camera crew doesn't miss anything. They're on top of their game, buddy.
Sure are.
It's a 6-0 game if it stands. Let's wait and see. Coach Klecker's pretty adamant that he went out of bounds. He threw that immediately, and
officials taking their time down there on that under the tent. Not a quick.
Two things I would never do in sports: coach and officiate.
Well, I would not officiate basketball. Of course, you know I umpired high school softball and baseball, but I would not officiate basketball. That's the only one.
Well, you see Rowdy the Wildcat. No truth to the rumor that Derek Hubble and Rowdy the Wildcat are real close, although they are friends. 14-16 left here. And a great shot of Rowdy, the new mascot. When did we bring Rowdy out? Last year, Hub? Was it?
Last year.
It's the second year of Rowdy. Claus is somewhere in Canada with his feet propped up in front of a fireplace. Or down on the beach, one or the other. Take your pick.
Lady Wildcats won yesterday, right? Basketball?
57-47, 10th straight time they've beaten Bruton Parker. Cats won last night, about 150 yards behind us here, when they beat Southeastern 84-51. They're playing at 4 o'clock today after the football game. If you're here and listening to us, you can walk over there and see the game. Coach Britt's ball club. They're 4-1. Chris Nelson's ball club now has won 3 in a row, 3-2 after dropping the first 2 games of the year. Soccer will learn their fate next week early. And Monday at 12 noon, the women's show, and 1 o'clock, the men's show.
Here we come, Dave.
It looks like the Cats are coming back. Stepped out of bounds. Where'd they say, 37? Is that what he said? So they'll move that. That's not only going to take the points away from Bethel, but after 37, they'll mark it back. Actually, they're going to mark it back from the 27. So that must have been where he went out. And it's going to be Collazo. Unsportsmanlike. I didn't see what Collazo did.
I didn't either, but I just don't see how they could overturn that.
And that's not
at that angle.
That's not like Joaquin. I think that's the first penalty of that he's got of that nature of the year. That is Bethel's 78th penalty, 763 yards now. That's too many yards. You got to be more composed than that. And I love Collazo, but I'm just talking in general about the whole year. That's too many penalties.
That is way too many penalties. And we talk about playing clean. That's what we talk about.
You sure did.
If I'm Coach Jasper right here, I'm going to try to get a one-on-one somewhere and try to take a shot right here just to put it back in perspective.
Yeah, Collazo is one of the more mild-mannered guys from up here anyway, it looks like. But must have said something or did something that caught the ear of the official or eye of the officials. Well, we send here right in front of you on your screen there, and Tom and the gang at radio. Remember, you're watching the game. We're describing the game to the radio audience as well. So if we over-describe, I would ask you to forgive us, but that's part of the job we have to do to keep those folks informed as well. Jalen Taylor, the outstanding receiver, far side left. And even a better one here, Mr. Dixon, JD, right in the middle of your screen right there by the 50.
Blitz
they come with a blitz. They pick it up, and they go to Dixon. He caught it. And they get him at the 50, and a short pick of about 3. Boy, they converged on him pretty quick. Great tackle there.
Brought that blitz off the left side, or the right side of the offense. Collazo sees it, throws right into it, and completes it to Dixon right there.
21, Javian Goins, freshman. Meanwhile, Devian Daniels Holmes, the junior from Sharpsburg, Georgia, made the stop. It's a pick of a 3, 2nd and 7. Collazo in that gun again. Moves Roberts to his left. We'll talk about the running back situation in a minute. They give it to Roberts. Roberts has a hole. Roberts has a first down.
Good
he
read right
his
there.
way to the 40.
He sure did. Good read. Had a hat on the offensive line. They had 4 down linemen. We had 5 linemen. Linebackers were playing back off the back, trying to play the zone pass. We exploit that and run the football off the right side.
Got one of the Raiders down. Let's hope he's all right. Say a little prayer for him at the 40-yard line. 13:30 left here. It's been a wild and woolly first couple of minutes of this game. And Bethel's had a touchdown call back when the guy went out of bounds. Russell did, so he wiped that stat off. And Caden, one of our trainers, going out to assist the trainers as well. I'm not sure what trainers get paid all over the country, but it's not enough.
Well, we'll talk about trainers last night in the McKenzie-Collinwood game. Had a young man for Collinwood go down, or Sanderson, number 7. Early in the part of the ball game, he goes down. We got a 20-minute delay. They bring a backer board out, take him off. Lucky to report this morning, I found out it was just a severe stinger, so nothing that's going to, impact that young man other than a sore shoulder, and he'll be able to get that shoulder back, and he'll be fine. But they were really concerned last night.
And the good news here is Cameron Rankins, their second leading tackler from Trousdale County. That's a football factory.
It is.
From Hartsville, Tennessee. Rankins is up and running off on his own power, and that's good news there. He's one of their best players, and you don't want anyone hurt the junior linebacker.
Trousdale County, home of the Satterfield coaches.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Trousdale, boy, they've been great in almost every sport.
Absolutely.
Dixon, far side left. Out there in the slot next to him is Avant Burris. That means Taylor's going to come here to the near side. The up back to the left behind the line of scrimmage. Roberts in there to the left of Collazo. Collazo has it, gives it to Reynolds, and Reynolds is hit as he hits the 40 and is stopped there. Pick up only a yard.
Had what we wanted right there. They had 5 defensive backs back, 3 down linemen. We had the run play called. It was our RPO. It was a good look. Defensive interior lineman able to crash down to the inside and just really grab a shoestring to save a big game right there about the Wildcats.
Zach Thornton, a senior linebacker from Danville, Kentucky's in the game, replacing one of his teammates that going out. I missed the number a moment ago. That big guy, number 97, he's a horse. Roman McDonald, 5'10", 275, looks bigger.
Empty backfield days.
Yep, empty backfield with receivers each way. Collazo in that pocket, looking. He goes out of the pocket, far side left, wants to throw, does throw, is caught, and is caught by Russell this time. And this time he does go out of bounds, but after he gets the first down to the 29-yard line.
Fantastic job by Collazo right there.
Here's a replay.
Rolls to his left. He sees nothing down the middle of the field. His first check off, he checks down, rolls. Keeps pumping. Bam, got him. Good read, good look right there by Collazo to number 84 for the Wildcats, Russell.
Collazo's decision-making in his career here has just been, A+. Hasn't it?
Absolutely. He keeps his shoulders downfield, eyes downfield, doesn't give up on the play.
Never really panics. 1st and 10 at the 29. The Cats on the prowl. Here's the handoff to Roberts again. Roberts dashes his way, then he's upended near the 25. Well, the Cats took this ball at their own 25. Or excuse me, where was it? It was at the 25. They had the touchdown call back, but now Russell's going to come out of the game. They go a little beefier with the, if that's a word. Jacob Bowles, the tight end, now will come to the right. A lot of weapons on this team. You look at Burrs, you look at Dixon, you look at Taylor.
Bowles coming in, the tight end.
Oh, he's had a good year.
From
Adamsville, Tennessee. 2nd and 7, short of the 25. 11:30 left. Give it to Roberts this time. Great decision as he moves his way inside the 25 and is knocked down at about the 21. It's going to be 4th and short. He made a really nice cut when he got that ball.
Sure did. Lindsey Wilson brings the linebacker blitz right up the gut. He bounces it outside, moves it back inside, picks up a nice run.
Good tackle there. Nice tackle by Brett Hughes. That's not Hughes. Let's see, that was number 23, Holmes again. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. Big play. The Cats this year, 48% on 3rd down conversions. They put Collazo in motion. They go, and the Cats snapped it. They had that time Mitchell Faulkner, the running back, who is more of the back inside the red zone. And Craig, what went awry there?
Just when you make that shift right there, it kind of throws off your cadence because Colazo's no longer doing the snap count. It's a new back, so that the inflection is a little bit different. So the lineman jumped.
Third down now instead of about 3. Instead of about 2. It's third down at about 7 now. They move the ball back outside the 25 to the 26. 10:55 in the first. No score. Number 8, Bethel versus number 11, Lindsey Wilson. Dave McCulley, Craig Long with you. Claire Craddock, Derek Hubble on stats to our right. Snap. They give it to Reynolds. Oh, excuse me. That's going to be, yes, Terrence is going to run that ball. Terrence Roberts. He's got the first down, and what another nice cut. Terrence Roberts. It's interesting on this. Here's the great cut that he makes. But, Craig, as he does that, and people watch and listen to us on the radio side as well, it's been interesting. You get Marty Smith, then you don't see him for a while. Yep. Then you get Terrence, you don't see him for a while. But they've been a good 1-2 punch with Faulkner inside the red zone.
No doubt about it. And again, hat on hat right there. Talked about controlling the line of scrimmage. Right now, the Cats seem to be winning it up front.
Here's Colazo dropping. They get the blitz on this. Picked up. He drops the ball, picks it back up. Lucky that came right back to him. Now with throw it. He's got a guy down there. Is it caught? Out of bounds. Caught by Jalen Taylor.
No, don't challenge that, Coach Jasper. He's out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he was too. You'll get a good replay of it here by Christopher Reasons and the gang at Worthy Road Studios.
And Mike is going to challenge it.
Well, Roberts picked up that blitz, though. Well, didn't he? Here's the throw.
Oh, I don't know, Dave.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Have to wait and replay that. We'll see. The Cats have scored 48 of 54 red zone possessions this year. And, Craig, I'm not great at math, but that's 89%.
Wow. On that second look right there, he may have got his tiptoes down.
They're going to look at it. Well, is it going to stand? Jalen Taylor. The Cats have already had one call back. Let's see what happens here. As they sort it out, let's take a quick 30. We'll be back. It's no score. 9:56 in the first here at Wildcat Stadium, Senior Day. The Cats trying to send the seniors out of the regular season on a good stead. Back after this on the Bethel Football Network.
And we welcome you back to Wildcat Stadium for Wildcat football here at the Rivals Press Box today. Currently, the Wildcats have challenged a touchdown catch. Challenged that the feet were in bounds in the end zone, and the official's still down there taking a look at it. Dave, we looked at it again, second look, and I think maybe he got his tippy toes down.
Yeah, the naked eye the first time, I didn't think it was a touchdown. That second time we have a chance to look at it. Replay just instituted in the Mid-South Conference this year. A couple of conferences had tried this last year and successfully, so they passed it on down. The NEI said, hey, go for it. And that's what's happened. You just got to have an iPad and those kind of things, and you're ready to go. But you look at this thing, and the Cats, by the way, Rivals Press Box, I saw you and Josh Key down there. Y'all were chawing down, weren't you?
It was good stuff, man. Brought us some wings up here. So I saw they also brought cheeseburgers and fried okra.
I didn't see the cheeseburger. Claire didn't tell me about that. She'll have to save one for me if there's any still left. Claire takes care of me. There's a good shot of Rowdy and the cheerleaders, the dance team. Good crowd here today. One of the best crowds. The homecoming crowd was monstrous. It's a good crowd right here as well. Well, it is a touchdown. He did get it in. So you, Craig Lund, you were right. And that was a 20?
He left today. He flew out today.
How far out was that, guys? I've got lost in the.
Yeah, sure did. How far was that touchdown? 14 yards.
14-yard pass. Colazo to Taylor. Jalen, his 8th touchdown of the year. And the Cats are on the board. The holder will be Johnson. And it will be in to kick it. Outstanding young man, and Andrew Welch. Welch has been just great all year. Great kid, too.
Great challenge right there by
54 59 PAT. You're exactly right. He had a good angle at it, too. He was
He
right
did.
down that sideline. Snap back, ball down, kick up. That kick is up, and it sails right through the uprights. It's 7-0 Bethel with 9:56 left in the first stanza. A 75-yard drive that took over 5 minutes and 4 seconds. We'll be back after this 30. Bethel leads 7-0. Stay with us on the Bethel Football Network.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Well, I had a text early this week that we do not give the special teams people enough credit. That's Graham Lyle on the punt snaps and the PAT snaps. And Gabe Grayback is the backup as well, so those guys do a good job as well. It all starts with them, doesn't it, Craig?
It sure does. Special teams is a commodity you need in football.
Here's Johnson's kick, and pretty good decision there by Logan Collier, who's had a return for a touchdown this year, but that went sort of a knuckleball that went over his head. And they'll bring it up, and the Blue Raiders will have it for the first time today offensively.
And this quarter feels like it's went forever with 2 challenges, and I just realized this is their first offensive possession of the ball game.
We played 5 minutes and 4 seconds, and it's taken 20 minutes to play that.
For sure.
And Claire says she and Balfour have a date later, so she said she got to get out of here. 25-yard line, 1st and 10. I was kidding her the other day about Fancy Restaurant. She's not giving me an update on that. Ethan Cash, the quarterback. He'll have a back to his right, triples far side right on your screen, and you folks on the radio, take my word. 4 down lineman for the Cats. They give it to the running back, and there's nothing there. Stopped. Brian Hughes, the leading tackle on the team, wrapped him up. Others got there to help, including Brody Franks and others.
Just try to run the ball off the left side, and the Wildcat defense did a great job collapsing down and stringing it out, covered up by a sea of black jerseys over that white top of Lindsey Wilson.
So a loss of about a yard back to the 24. And Cash will empty the backfield now and bring 2 here to the near side, 3 far side right. Clock running, 9:25. Cash drops. Cash in the pocket, looks over the middle, and it's picked off. It's picked off by the Cats. And it's going to be Darian Lewis with that interception, and he'll move his way back inside the 15. Darian Lewis, second leading tackler, and ladies and gentlemen, his 5th interception of the year.
We talked about somebody needs to make a spectacular play. There's number 1.
Lewis has had an outstanding year. The linebacker from Brighton, Tennessee, the former Cardinal from Brighton High School.
Big momentum swing early here in the game for the Wildcats.
I'm not sure where he was attempting to throw. But Lewis was the only guy even close to it, wasn't he?
Right, threw it right to him like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
Well, they send Taylor, the Cats, through far side left, top of your screen. 2 receivers to the near side. The Cats in great position here. The ball at where? The 13-yard line or 12? Let's mark at the 12-yard line. Now Martese Smith is in the game to the right of Collazo. Martese has it. He's got a hole following the center and others, and he'll plunder his way inside the 10 to about the 8. That offensive line this year probably have not given them enough credit at times. Surratt, Wynn, Taylor, Morales, Davis.
Dave McCulley. Mr. Joe Norville checking in to tell you hello.
Oh, well, tell him I said hello back at him.
He just heard you. He's listening to us, Dave.
2nd down and 5. We have a lot of folks that listen on 100.9 WEIO and thefarmradio.com. A lot of folks watch on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. Collazo. Smith to his right again. This time, Joaquin's go up top.
Got him.
Too easy. If you're a Lindsey Wilson fan, too easy. Taylor, touchdown Cats.
Just a quick slant over the middle into the end zone. Collazo to Taylor once again. Great read right here. The quick slant, got the step on him. Easy pitch and catch right there from 13 out.
If you're a Lindsey Wilson fan again, the Cat fans, we love it, but that's too easy, isn't it? I mean, that's hard to defend too.
It is a quick. If you can get a step on the inside with leverage, no way you can defend that unless you got a safety coming over the top to help you.
Lyle, the snapper again. Johnson, the holder. The kicker, Mr. Welch. Andrew will knock it right through there, and it's a 14-0 game. Bethel with 8:33 left in the first quarter, off and running. The 8th-ranked team in the country looks just like that, or even better right now. Back after this 30-second message on Worthy Road Studios and WEIO.
Housing Lender, member FDIC. Always online at carrollbank.com.
And we welcome you back to the Rivals Sports Bar and Grill press box as the Cats take another one on, put another one on the board and ready 14-0 over the Lindsey Wilson Raiders.
Here's Johnson's kick.
Blue Raiders.
End over end, and dropping it back in the end zone will be Collier, and he'll just stay back there with it, and the Cats will set up shop defensively. Well, a good start after sort of a sluggish kind of 20-minute interlude there. I wouldn't say sluggish, but interesting. It looked like it took forever to play that first 5 minutes, but it all paid out for the Cats. Mr. Burns brings out the troops defensively. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Cash and company. And the Blue Raiders behind the 8 ball here early, aren't they?
They are, but I'll tell you what, I look at that offensive line for Lindsey Wilson.
They're big.
There's some bobs, big old boys.
They are, and they move their feet really well. 8:33 left here. Lindsey came in the game today scoring 38 per game. They've had a couple of games that didn't play well offensively. You can cash on it, nothing. He was spun around, and the first guy there,
number 44, Darian Lewis.
Lewis having a big start here in this game. Interception at the 30, returned it 17 yards, Derek Hubble told us. To the 13, the Cats took advantage of it. Another red zone score for the Cats. Up to 90% now on the year, my goodness. 2nd down and 9. This team's 2nd in the country in scoring at 45.7. Cash, 2 receivers each way, 1 back to his right. Hands it to the running back, and nothing there. Maybe a yard or 2, and that's it. Push him back, and this Cat defense right now is saying, you better put it up top. You're not running it against us.
I'm going to tell you what, that defensive line for Bethel is just relentless. When they hit you at the point of attack, you've got linebackers coming over the top, and he just pushes that offensive line, that pile of white jerseys, back into the backfield.
No doubt about it. 7:32, 3rd down and 7, basically. A short 7, long 6, take your pick. That's 7. 3rd and 7. Now the offensive lineman looking around, pointing to people, getting their communications together. Cash in that backfield. Looks. Nervous feet, but throws, and it's almost picked off. Boy, oh boy, Brian Hughes almost had the pick 6. Did everything, read it beautifully, and had his paws on it.
Wow, look at this play. What a play by Hughes.
What a break. Mad at himself, but boy, what a great defensive player. This kid is really a great defensive player. Leading tackler on the team. Gilbert will stand back near the 40. The Cats can come out of this with pretty good field position, depending on Nichols. Nichols on the year, averaging 41 points or 41 yards per punt.
I was watching him in warm-ups. He can really boom it.
He booms this one. And Gilbert's going to say, let that thing go, and it's going to go out of bounds. It gets a good Bethel. It doesn't ever go out of bounds time of day, but it's at the 32. Not bad field position for the Cats, who already lead the game 14-0. Defense has set the tone early with an INT, and the offense has really picked up their part as well. And this Bethel team right now clicking on all cylinders.
Got a good opportunity to pad some offensive stats right here, too.
6:59 in the first. This would be my 31st year of doing NAI ball games. Man, you get some long games in the NAI, don't you?
You do.
That's okay, though, as long as you come out on top.
At least we don't have TV timeouts and all that stuff.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? We'd be here. It'd be like the baseball doubleheader we did a few years ago. 2 years ago, 7.5 hours. Collazo has doubles each way. Play fakes at this time. Boy, Terrence Roberts was hit so hard he took his helmet off. Here's Taylor. Taylor dropped it. In his defense, he's running at full speed. He could not come up with it. Look at the 2 guys over there on the fence over there, Craig. They're dancing around. They thought he should have caught that ball. But here's the replay of it. He came within a whisper of having another 6, didn't he?
Yep. Got a little out and up right there.
Look at Terrence Roberts. To see the helmet fall off. He stood there to block. Had his paws on it. Couldn't come up with it.
Wants that one back, I assure you.
Would. Yeah, he'll tell you. He'll be the first to tell you he should have caught it. Clock arrested, 6:52.
Well, they got the same look again. Safety's playing this way over strength side. There's one-on-one on the outside over there.
Smith was in the pistol, but they move him out of that to the right of Collazo, and they'll give it to Martise. And Martise will not get much. He'll move to about the 35, where it's going to be 3rd and about 7.
Just run the ball off the right side right there, left side, excuse me. Picked up a couple of yards.
A couple of Raiders hit on the stop. Big number 97 there. McDonald and others. This defense has been pretty salty all year. They only yield 272 per game. 215, they've been suspect a little bit in the air, but the Cats trying to make a statement. They only give 57 yards up per game, but the Cats are running the ball a lot, aren't they? Here's Collazo. Great angle there by the camera crew of Worthy Roads. It goes over, drop. Taylor had it, and he dropped that one. Probably should have caught it as well on the slant-in pattern. And defended by Darius Heilich, their third leading tackler.
Good read right there by Collazo. They had a safety over the top or a nickel out back deep, so he tried to hit the underneath route, had it in and out of his hands.
If you're a Raider fan watching back in Columbia, they'd be the first to tell you that was a must-stop for them, I think, defensively.
No doubt about it. You needed to get some momentum back your way, and that right there kind of shifted it maybe just a hair, moved the needle a little bit back toward you.
Depending on if their offense can pick them up, but that you fall down 21-0 or even 17-0, it'd be pretty tough.
Should get in pretty good field position too.
Look, they got
here.
Surratt back there blocking on this punt. Look at him. And he took a couple of guys out. Fair catch going to be called for at about the 19-yard line, and gathering under at that time was one Micah Parnes. No, excuse me, that was 84. That was Jamari Sowell. So it will be 1st and 10. The ball at the 20-yard line, their own 20 with 5:56. Let's remind you that Hometown Health Clinic, West Tennessee Public Utilities, Carroll Bank and Trust, Mid-America Pepsi, great giveaway coming up at halftime. Anchor Transportation, Nikki Joe Stafford, and others. We'll tell you about others a little later. And Claire, do not let me forget our lovely buddy Claire Craddock, the Pepsi deal at halftime. Don't forget that. And also Emma to take a lot of pictures of different ceremonies taking place, wherever who's there with our photography. Cash, they try to go the little bubble screen out there, and what a defensive play. Outstanding defensive play by Jalen Beasley, the sophomore. Stopped him in his tracks. No gain.
Sure did. 82 missed the block, and Beasley able to slip it, make the tackle off the bubble screen, and wow, what a play by the defense by the Cats.
And not picking on Michael Burdick, a good player, but he goes right out of the game, too, after he missed that block. 5:34. They bring this time. A couple of receivers here to their side. Going to be Logan Newfield and Quante Hicks, one of their best skill people. 2 each way. 2nd and 9 from the 21. Cash looks left, now throws in a little slant-in pattern. It's caught, and it's going to be caught in a big gainer. 35, 40, 45. And finally, the Cats corral him in midfield. That ball caught that time by DeCarlos Frazier, the senior wide receiver. 14th catch of the year. He's had 6 touchdowns. He's one of their weapons.
Throw the screen on the other side this time is successful. Big play right there. He was able to make one Cat miss, moves to the inside, and turns a little screen pass into a big play.
Sort of an odd-looking play, too. After he caught it, he was stumbling. It was on ESPN. You see stumbling, bumbling. And
Keith Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be midfield. First. Is that the first down they had? Yes, it is. 4:33 left in the first. 14-0 Cats. Cash and the quarterback keeper. Design call. He has it, and he'll move to the 46. And almost a face mask. But they don't call it. The Cats dodged the bullet that time. That the fact that they did not, they were able to get that hand off a little bit. Looked like almost a horse collar, wasn't it?
It did. His headgear did kind of twist around a little bit.
47-yard line, a pick up of 3, 2nd and 7. Clock running, 4 minutes left in the first stanza. Cash got his back in the pistol this time. Up back to the right, receivers to the right. They get it. Now they come left here. They come back and to see the Cats is going to be close to a first down. Spinning the running back down is one Javante Carter, but I think he's got the first down, Craig.
He does. The Cats blitzed off that side he ran right past the blitzer, was able to turn over to get the first down.
Tobias Dawson, we mentioned a moment ago, came in with 956 yards. They bring in Hicks, and they take out receiver Keith Richburg. It's 1st and 10 at the Bethel 40. They put a man in motion, sit him down to the right where they have triples there. Now they bring in the tight end back near the line of scrimmage. And after all of that, they'll hand it off. And after all of that, they're stopped in their tracks. Big tackle by Jerwin Young, the senior from Brownsville, former Tomcat.
He blew that play up in the backfield. As soon as it was snapped, he was back there trailing that running back. and rides him down into the turf.
Second down and 13, a loss of 3. Back to the 42, they put the ball. 2:52 on this Sunsplash day at Wildcat Stadium, the regular season finale for both teams. Georgetown is hosting Campbellsville today. That's one of the other big games in the league. This is the biggest right here, though, 8 and 11 battling. And maybe for the right to move on in the postseason. Here's the pass. It is caught on a low catch, on a low throw, a nice catch by Quante Hicks, Craig Lunt.
Cash got a good arm. He zipped that ball in there, like you said, Dave, a little bit low, but a great effort by number 5, by Hicks.
Short of the first down, picks up about 7 or 8. It's going to be 2nd and 3. The ball at the 32-yard line. This may be 2-down territory for them here. Nichols, his longest of the year, is 45. If you had to kick it here, Craig, 32, 30, it would be a 49, yeah. Well, they've got backs to the left and right of Cash. This is the first time we've seen this look. Now they put in motion this time Dawson. They want to go out to Dawson. They throw it to him. Dawson one-on-one, and what a tackle. What a tackle by one Jalen Beasley again.
Just a swing out pass out there.
Short.
And Beasley comes up, does what he needs to, takes a good low angle, cuts down the tree, cuts down the running back.
Well, you know the teams have scouted each other and watched film after film after film. And, Craig, that took a little long to develop. And that's, I'm sure they thought it was a good play to call, but that just took a while and gave Beasley a chance to get up there and make that play.
Well, as soon as that back goes into motion under that flat, he's probably the last check down for that quarterback.
Sure.
He didn't see anything downfield. He knows he's open, so he can take a shot with it right
there.
there.
A loss for a couple of yards. It's 4th and 5. The ball back to the 34. Cash in the pocket. The Cats have the blitz on him. They throw it downfield, and that ball is going to be dropped. That was a 6-point play right there, and flat drop. Not bad coverage, but the ball should have been caught by the receiver.
Good throw by Cash, but just couldn't pull it in. Great defense, too, by the Wildcats.
We'll see the replay of it. We might have got a hand on it, but it looked like the ball should have been caught from up here. Cash throws it. You're right. Great-looking arm. Yeah, that ball got to be caught.
He should have caught that football.
And that dropped that time. Just a flat drop by Logan Collier. I'm sure a fine young man. Mom and Dad may be watching, but Logan to be the first day, he should have caught that ball. That would have been 6.
So the Wildcat offense back out on the field once again. Their 3rd possession of the football game.
So the ball will be at the 33-yard line. Cats have had it at the 25. They've had it at the 13. And they've had it now at the 33-yard line. 33. Here's Collazo dropping. Collazo sacked. Collazo sacked back here at the 25-yard line. Well, a big push that time by the big D-line.
Good downfield coverage, too, by the defensive backs for Lindsey Wilson. Collazo's tried to stay in the pocket, but the pocket collapses because of the coverage, and that's a coverage sack.
It wasn't 1 or 2 either. It was about 3 of them, wasn't it?
It was.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. 30 seconds left in the first. Bethel leads the game 14-0. The offensive unit over there talking it over across the way. You can't see them on your camera, but we can tell you on the radio side they are doing just that. Some momentum that went awry on the drop. Collazo in that pocket again. Collazo throws. Caught by Dixon.
Wow.
What a catch by Dixon at the 45-yard line. It's a first down by Mr. Dixon, the all-time leading receiver in yards in Bethel history, and only a sophomore.
What a throw by Collazo. Under duress right here. As the pockets collapse and got a man on with his hand on him, he makes the completion.
On that note, that's the end of the first quarter. Bethel leads 14-0. We'll come back with the Cats up by 2 scores. They'll have the ball at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10 after this 1-minute break. Back from Wildcat Stadium on the Football Network.
State and also on East Main, Huntington.
And to start the second quarter of play, the Cats have it 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. They lead this ball game 14-0. Dave McCulley, Craig Lund from the Rivals Sports Bar and Grill press box.
You called it beautifully. The fact that Collazo knew he was going to get clobbered, stood in there and took the punishment, though. Moves Marty Smith to his left. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Great job by the kids here from Worthy Road Studios. Marty Smith has that handoff. And Marty has running room. He's close to the first down, about a yard or two short as he literally plunders his way to midfield, across midfield to about the 47. Craig, here's the replay.
He gets hit at about the 48 of the Cats, and then just sheer will and leg drive pushes him over to the other 48 into plus territory.
The former Patriot at University of Cumberland's. He and Terrence Roberts, and now as the season has progressed, have wound up being the two big backs, or two backs used the most, I should say, and Faulkner in the red zone situation. So a good trio of backs for the Cats. Collazo throws quickly, caught. That one is caught this time by Burris, and Burris has the first down. And those passes so hard to defend, and Collazo just can burn you.
Well, when you see a 10-yard cushion, that's an easy read for Collazo and Burris right there. It's just a 4-step drop or a 2-step drop, 4-step read hook pattern. It's an easy pitch and catch right there.
Smith to the right of Collazo. Collazo clapping those hands a couple of times. Gives it to Martise, and he plunges his way for a couple of yards. The offensive line now beginning to assume a little control of the game, Craig, as he gets about 4 yards.
He missed his hole right there. If he bounces out to the right side, he's got a big old hole there. Probably going to go a race to the end zone.
They bring in Burrs, the Cats do. They bring out the tight ends. They're going with more of the speedsters here. Russell, a tight end in his own right, but he's sort of a crisscross between a tight end and a receiver. Not quite big enough to be the big premier tight end, but a guy that can really get some good catches for you. 2nd and 6. The ball inside the 35 at the 34. Who do the Cats go this time? They go to Marty Smith. He bounces outside, and a good defensive play, tripping him up there, whereas Devin Daniels-Holmes, where he gets more, stopped for about 2 or 3 yard gain.
Yeah, Smith wanted to go outside right there with a run, but Holmes does a good job of cutting it back to the inside and making him change his momentum in his direction.
Tyrone Orr goes out of the game, a defensive player for them. Defensive lineman, 5'11", 250 senior. He went out, looked like he was favoring his shoulder. They're tending to him behind the bench over there. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 5. The ball near the 32, inside the 32 a little bit. Marty Smith shifts to the right of Collazo. They come with a blitz here from the near side. They go on the other side to Smith. Smith makes a guy miss, makes another guy miss,
what a
and he's
move.
got a first down. What a move by Marty Smith. Hard to even describe what he did.
Lindsey Wilson tried the same swing out pass as the Cats do right here, but Marty Smith just an excellent job. Catches in the backfield in the flats.
They had two guys there too, Greg.
Sure did. Spins twice and makes a great move and gets the first down for the Cats.
And literally tumbles his way, for you folks listening on the radio, to the 22-yard line. So Collazo will bring out the troops again. The 11:50 left in the second stanza. 14-0 Cats lead and knocking them door. And that turns Roberts is back in the game in the pistol behind Collazo. Dixon here to the near side. Taylor far side right. Play fake to Roberts. Collazo steps up in the pocket and probably shouldn't have. They sack him back there, and a big play there defensively for the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders.
Did a little play action right here.
DeAndre Bolden, the sophomore, excuse me.
You're good.
From nearby Paducah made the stop.
Rolls back to his left and then went back to his right, and the line collapses. Collazo goes down.
A loss of almost 5. Let's see, that is 5. 2nd and 15. Well, this Lindsey Wilson team's bowed up a couple of times, or it could be Bethel leading by more. Collazo in that shotgun again. Receivers singles each way this time. He'll give it to Roberts. Terrence has run the ball beautifully, and he's inside the 25-yard line, and they finally get him down at about the 21. Yep. Got to get Greg to about the 13, so it's going to be 3rd and almost 39. Get almost to the 12, actually. 3rd down and 9. The Cats 48% on the year. There's a good shot of Michael Jasper on the sidelines. You folks watching?
Definitely in field goal range right here.
No doubt about it. Welch has been superb. 93 points on the year. That's the most points ever scored in a Bethel football single season. He's had a chance to kick a lot of them, hasn't he?
Sure has.
PATs and field goals. Colazzo, empty backfield. Looks, and they got to get him. And he'll go down at about the 23. Oh, flag.
Going to be a hold.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what they do here. I would think they'd probably decline this and make Bethel kick the field goal. Would you agree?
100%. He should.
Could be thinking. Coach Klecker says, well, move him out a little bit of field goal position. Hicks on the year, 13 of 16. His longest is 42. If he had to kick it from, they refused the penalty. It's holding on the Cats. Yep, they decline it. And that's going to set up Welch to kick a field goal. So, Craig, the ball is at the 23. Is that where it is? Yeah, so there'd be a 40-yard attempt.
40-yard attempt here for Welch.
Right in his range.
Yeah, and right down the middle of the field.
Outstanding young man. Talked to him, came out of the office this week, talked to us. He's from Rossview High School, Clarksville, Tennessee. He's got a chance if he keeps kicking the way he is in the postseason. If Bethel makes it, he could be that borderline All-American kind of kicker right now.
Right.
So it'd be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Lyle, the snapper, Johnson, the holder, and Welch just inside the right hash trying to kick it right down the gut. That's where it would be. The snap is forthcoming. It's back. The ball is down. The kick is up, and that kick is up, and it is no good. Well, right in his wheelhouse, but he couldn't get it to go, Craig, and the Lindsey Raider defense keeps him in the game.
Just pushed it to the left a little bit, so three-point attempt no good. Wildcats still lead us from 14-0, 9:50 to go in the second.
Top 25 poll, Northwestern Iowa has been there. They're right there still. Number 1, Grandview, Iowa. Number 2, Indiana Wesleyan. Number 3, Kaiser. Number 4, College of Idaho. 5, Georgetown. 6, a team that's beat both of these teams. Marion, Indiana. 7, Bethel. 8, Evangel, Missouri. 9, I'll tell you more about them in a minute. Montana Western. Number 10, Lindsey Wilson. Number 11. There are thoughts and people saying that if Bethel does make it, they win this game, they would finish no worse than you think would be 8th. If Evangel wins their game, it could be 8 and 9 playing that first game that Bethel plays. And now here's a running play, but what do you get, about 5 yards?
5 yards by number 4, Blaine Espinoza.
Yeah, Mr. Espinoza. C.J. Fluker normally wears that, but Chris Wells tells us Espinoza. He's a grad quarterback from Cookeville, Tennessee. They take the big tight end out. A pickup of almost 5. It's second down and 5. 9-19. You sort of feel like Bethel should have a bigger lead right now. Cash and company trying to pick up their part of the responsibilities here. They put one of the guys in motion. Now they go to Cash. It's caught. Great catch. That ball is thrown behind him, and that's a super catch. Still loose, still on the prowl, and moving his way into Bethel territory is Quante Hicks. That ball was thrown behind him. He got back and got it, Craig, and watch it on replay. A great reception.
It absolutely was. Just did a little quick slant pattern again. Kind of turns his shoulder, goes around. We had him tackled right there. Missed one. Kept his feet. Spins around and gets it down inside of plus territory.
Yeah. If we go back, Chris, can we see that replay one more time? I want to, and you folks on the radio side, just stay with us if you would. Let's see if I think it happened what happened. Let's see. Now watch. He catches the ball. Poor tackling that time.
Yep.
Now, we do corral him finally, and that's a good tackle there. That saved the touchdown. That a nice play by Darian Burns there. And it was not what I thought had happened. Sometimes I think even at the high school level, Craig, and you call McKenzie games, I call Trinity Christian, but sometimes I think defenders get too bent on trying to just hit other than wrap people up. Do you agree?
Absolutely, I do. We see it all the time. You see that, or you see I'm going to try to strip the ball out, and while I'm trying to strip the ball, the receiver's going 5 or 6 extra yards.
Yeah,
you know,
they're still running. Yeah,
just make a tackle.
And yards after the initial hit are so big. You know, they keep that stat in the NFL.
The yak yards.
Yeah, but it's amazing. You know, the best one I've seen here at Bethel might be Dixon through the years, being hit and then getting yards after a hit. 1st and 10 at the Bethel 37. Cash play fakes it. No, he's going to give it to the handoff, the running back, and he's got good yards. Craig, they're beginning to get 4 or 5 yards almost every carry now, especially first down carries.
Yeah, they seem to found something they like on that interior line that they're able to block it up and get positive yardage. And if you're Lindsey Wilson, stay the course right now. You're only down by 2 touchdowns, but you're moving the ball more efficiently now since the first period.
2nd and 5. Ain't no runs up there. 3, 263, 22, 9,300. English professors just ran off the road. But they're pretty big guys. They average about 290 on that line. Bethel comes with a blitz. Cash is going to step back. He's going to be sacked. And the guy that got a hand on him, first guy that was back there was Brody Franks. And then finishing him off and getting that sack was one Timothy Hamilton.
Golly, Bill.
Hamilton's a great athlete.
6'5", 243 pounds.
And he can move, can't he?
He can.
Make sure Tim Hamilton gets that sack. Claire knows that story, so does Darren, our statisticians. Loss of 6, 3rd and 16. Tim Hamilton, 94.
He didn't get it. I gave it to someone else.
No, it's Tim Hamilton. He got it. Tim is the only guy that's ever chased me here to the press box. Mr. McCulley, I think y'all missing my sacks. I said, son, go see your coach and let him contact me. It's 3rd down and 16. Good kid, though. He was very respectful. 3rd and 16. 7:33. Big play defensively. Now Lindsey Wilson comes back with a running play, and they'll get some of the yards back. They lost almost all of it. It's got to be now 3rd down and 10. In 3rd down conversions, we mentioned Bethel. Not quite as good for Lindsey Wilson, 35%. We've got a player down or a timeout.
Lindsey Wilson has the ball on the 36, 4th down and 10.
Oh, it's 4th and 10. I'm sorry. I thought it was 3rd and 10. I apologize.
It's one of those. You're in that kind of in between gray area right here if you're Lindsey Wilson's coach.
That's why they're paid the big bucks. We can speculate here all day, but they're the ones that finally determine sometimes their careers on these kind of calls. Not Coach Klecker here, but down the road through the years, people. 4th and 10 at the Bethel 36-yard line. Down 14-0. Big play by Cash and company. They go with the middle. Incomplete. And that almost caught by Emmanuel Scott. But why he didn't catch it, I think, was because Bethel had some people there that Markel Crawford, one of them. Burns was there. I don't think anyone got a hand on it, but I think they bothered him just enough that he had to throw it over their heads.
He did. He threw it over the top to try to hit the receiver's hands. You're right, Dave. I think just enough height out there. He couldn't get it low enough. The trajectory goes off the hands of the intended receiver, and the Bethel defense once again holds turnover on downs.
Did a great job, no doubt. And I think, Craig, you look back at that, our speculation about whether he should or shouldn't, I think that was a no-brainer. I think they had to go for it, don't
Absolutely,
you?
yeah. You're 36, too close to punt it, too far for a field goal. The play sheet would say go for it.
1st down and 10. The Cats have it their own 36. Terrence Roberts has had a beautiful first half. He's able to move his way for a couple of 2 or 3 yards. Good to see if you're a Lindsey Wilson fan, that Cameron Rankins, that guy that went out earlier, he was in on that stop along with others. Pickup of maybe a yard. Let's give him 2, 2nd and 8.
Terrence Roberts runs off the left side, gets tackled. Helmet comes off, so he's got to come out one play.
6:40 clock running, 14-0. Cats lead the game by 2 scores. It's been Collazo to Taylor twice on pass plays. And remember, they had one call back when they said Alonzo Russell stepped out of bounds. And it was a proper call, I guess. Here's the handoff, and this time is Marty Smith.
Wow.
They go from the quickness to the power, and he powers his way to midfield for a Bethel 1st down.
I'm going to tell you what, again, he just lowers his headgear and is tackled, but makes a move right here, takes to the right side, or left, cuts it back to the right, lowers his headgear, picks up an extra 3 or 4 yards just on sheer willpower.
This relentless offensive attack by Bethel has to wear people down. Collazo pats the helmet with the left hand, and he runs that football all the way inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Bethel Wildcats.
Another good read right there by Collazo. Didn't see anything downfield, saw Green to his left side, turns it up the field, gets a 1st down.
You see him take the football and pat the left side of his helmet?
Yeah. That's the cue. That's the signal.
That's it. Hey, guys, I'm running the ball. Somebody give me a block downfield. 1st and 10, the Cats.
Oh,
and
they're
it's
all
going to be outside.
offsides.
Yep, sure did. They mistimed that blitz. Linebacker shot through the gap. Easy call for Mr. Stimmel and the referee crew here, offsides. It's going to remain 1st down. And they get, in this case, Roman McDonald. Roman's 275, and he comes over there. You got to notice him. He's from Birmingham. So it's going to be 1st and 5 now. The ball at the 30. 5:39. A score here, Craig Lund, would really be big for Bethel. So that doesn't necessarily mean going to win the game. But, boy, 21 points against this team would be hard to come back from, wouldn't it?
Absolutely would. And on the other side of that coin is you need a score here because you give it back to Lindsey Wilson. They score going in the half. They get it coming out the second half.
They sure do, absolutely. Collazo, play fakes. He's got to be sacked. that time, shooting the gap, and what a big play there by Mr. Orr, Tyrone Orr.
Try to do the pump and go right here, and the goal was there. He just couldn't get it back down to throw it as the pressure came from the backside.
And lost the 5 that Bethel had got the cheap wave, so it's now going to be second down and 10. Under 5 minutes when this ball is snapped. In the first half, Bethel leads 14-0. Big hello to Bill Hamilton. Lovely wife, Joellen. Hope she's feeling better. Second down and 10, the ball at the 35. They give it to Martise. Smith grabbed in the backfield, able to move his forward progress there to about the 35. Now we got a little scuffle. Now flag comes up. Yep. Well, after some chippiness in the in the pregame warm-ups, it's not really been that chippy up here that we can see. Probably some smack talking, but
sure.
That's the first time Collazo had one early, unsportsmanlike, and we're going to get one here, I think. Let's see who this is going to be on. Bethel's acting like it's on them. Well, that is, ladies and gentlemen, Jaden Taylor, the redshirt freshman from Tullahoma. And he is the guilty culprit, and that moves it back to the 50, and that's got to drive even a young man like Michael Jasper, put a few more gray hairs on that hit.
And it's a personal foul, so that's one. If he gets another one, he gone. Yes. Dave, you talked about Lindsey Wilson's offensive line moving the football. The defensive line is doing a pretty good job right now of pushing back into the Bethel offensive line.
They've kept them in the game, Craig. There's no doubt about it. Midfield. Here's the handoff, and Smith stays on his head. He just bowls over a couple of guys. He gets the yards that they lost back and moves it now in a manageable situation as he plunders his way and powers his way to about the 34-yard line. And Craig, what a move by him. He's been spectacular.
Just like a little pinball, he's bouncing off of people, lowering his headgear, running over people. What a run by Taylor.
They get him out of the game. Or take him out of the game, and coming in will be Terrence Roberts. It's Burris and Dixon. They're going to be far side right. Russell, along with Taylor, hit the near side. And it's 4th and about 8. And they move Roberts to the left of Collazo. It may be Dixon time. Here's Collazo. Collazo looks. Still looking. He goes to Dixon. He's wide open. And now he catches it. Touchdown! As he took the defender. And the defender saying he pushed off on me. And the Lindsey Wilson coach is not happy as either. But Dixon, I called it, and he caught it.
Dave, watch the play. Ball goes up.
They just collided.
They did.
Yep,
and
all it was.
And I see he put his hands up. I think that was more to shield himself away from getting hammered. Probably a good no call right there by the official.
And probably shielding a little bit that sun a little bit, too.
Yep.
3:28. Well, the Cats are on the board. And after all of that, I forget where the line of scrimmage was. Was it the 33, 67-yard drive?
Yes.
Welch. 34-yard pass. Welch up. Welch good. 21-0 Cats. Back after this 30-second message on the Bethel Football Network.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
Welcome back to the Rivals Press Box. Fans, don't forget, bring your ticket stub to the Rivals Sports Restaurant after the game today, and you can enjoy the best burgers and wings in town, and you can take 15% off. You can't beat that deal. Rivals is only 2 miles from the campus. Rivals Sports Restaurant is a proud supporter of today's game, all student athletes at Bethel University. And a special shout-out to all the Bethel students who worked and are working at Rivals. And
64.
Derek Hubbell goes there quite a bit, and I know he knows a lot of those folks. But Rivals, the official sponsor of the press box here at Wildcat Stadium today. 64-yard drive, what it was?
64 yards.
Derek Hubbell on top of his game along with Claire. No doubt about it. Well, here's the kick.
Take it at the 15.
And at the 15, that's going to go to Collier. Collier trying to get far side left. Good return. 35, 40, and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That's a good return, Craig.
It was a good return. Caught it on this side of the field, then ran it all the way back across. Turned probably what should have been nothing into a lot for the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders.
21-0. 3:18 left, and you see him turn that corner and then run out of real estate. Guy Markel Crawford sort of ran him out of bounds. So my Cats hanging in there with Alabama, last report?
28-14, the last score I saw. What? 35-14 now, Dave.
We'll have to turn our attention to Kansas and basketball Tuesday. It's going to be at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. They set the tight end down to the left.
Center moved.
Here's the handoff. And not much, maybe scooting his way for a couple, 2 or 3 yards.
Thought maybe the center jumped right there a little bit before the snap.
Pick up about 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. 3:03 left here. Jabias Dawson carried that ball. Pick up 3. They say that he hit only a pickup of 3. It's 2nd and 7. Not mandatory they got to score if you're a Raider fan, but Craig, they're behind the 8 ball right now. Here's the pass. It's got to be caught. And a good catch there, a good throw. Collier caught it. Now he's loose. He found a seam there in open space and got that. It's a first down, Lindsey Wilson.
Dave, if I'm honestly, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. If I'm Lindsey Wilson, I want to score right here just because I get the ball coming out the second half.
I know. I said, but I think they almost have to score to stay in this game. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely,
Yep.
100%.
That's what I didn't describe it very well. Here's Dawson. Dawson's able to spin, get positive yards to about the 40. They've had their moments, they being the offensive unit, but Bethel's closed them down when they had to. Pick up a 5, 2nd 5.
I think Lindsey Wilson's trying to do a mix of. They're trying to figure out still what's working best against this Bethel defense. They try to throw it, not effective. Run the football a little bit more, but not enough to get big chunks.
3-3 defense. Those linebackers peering over the backsides of the 3-down linemen. Here's Cash being flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to unload. He does unload, and that hit Gilbert right in the chest. Now, in his defense, the ball had to go by about two or three people, but Gilbert would have had another interception. Wow. He has 17, which is the most in Bethel history.
Look at it. Flushes him to his right, throws under rest, and right into the hands of Gilbert off his chest. Couldn't pull it down.
That would have been 18, Craig. 17 career interceptions. That's pretty good. 147.
That's not bad.
17 more than you and I got.
That's right.
Combined. 3rd down and 6.
We need Hubbles to help our stats.
It would still be 17. It would still be 17 to nothing. 3rd down and 6. Here's Cash. Cash dropping back. Cash throwing. Not a great pass. Probably should have been caught. 87. The tight end will tell you that, Seth Phillips, but sort of out of his reach a little bit. Well, he came back, got a paw on it. He'll tell you he should have gotten this 4th and 6.
Well, and that nailed ball's at the 40 with 1:44 to go. Here, if you're Lindsey Wilson, I'm not so sure you don't try to punt it and try to pin us deep and make us drive.
Yeah, because the worst thing that can happen to them right now is Bethel score again.
Right. Even if you punt it into the end zone, you're going to give it up on the 20.
Yep.
You're still going to make us drive 80.
1:44 left here in this second quarter. Bethel leads 21-0. They have a chance to stop them here on a 4th down play and get pretty good field position and have plenty of time left.
Don't agree with this call right here by Lindsey Wilson coaching
Cash,
staff.
they set up the screen pattern and a play, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be a first down.
No, it's going to be a holding. It's going to be a hold.
It's going to coming back.
Yep.
That flag is right at the 37-yard line, and Craig, 99 times out of 100, that's going to be an offensive penalty.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
Proper call. And the Cats are saying, we're going to push you back, guys. Better go on board. And he's doing a little antics there. He's saying, hey, get him back there, man. So.
I'll tell you something else they may call here as well. They may call an ineligible man downfield.
Very well could. They had some linemen down there, didn't they?
They did.
They sure did. Didn't notice it as much until we saw the replay. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Let's wait and see. Well, they pick up the flag. That would have given them the first down inside the 35 to about the 33.
So they pick up the flag?
They picked it up. And now Lindsey Wilson's acting like it's in Bethel. 2 fouls. Personal foul, Bethel. Roughing the passer. That flag is going to be on KJ Hicks.
So
all setting penalties. Rough the passer, and then
I didn't see offensive pass interference.
I didn't either.
I didn't see that.
So it's 4th down still after all of that. They call roughing the passer on Bethel. And then the infraction on Lindsey Wilson. 4th and a good 6.
So it's 3rd grade do-over.
Yep. Let's try that handwriting one more time, son. Here's the pass, caught and dropped.
Wow.
All right, Quante Hicks had a first down and maybe more and dropped the ball. And Craig Lund, they've had their share of drops in Cash's defense.
If I'm the coach over there, the wide receivers coach, I'm having a serious discussion with my receiving core.
No doubt about it. That's a 3rd or 4th drop they've had, isn't it?
Yeah, and if I'm Mr. Cash, the quarterback, I'm having a serious discussion with him as well.
Say, come on, boys.
But this is what I was talking about. Now you give the ball up with 1:17 to go before half to the Cats on their 40, whereas, again, if you would have punted it, if it goes in the end zone, you're giving up, making us go 80 yards versus 60 right here. That 20 yards is big.
And maybe it sounds cliche to say, but I really do believe this. Bethel's offensive unit, a minute 17 is like giving other people about 3 or 4 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
They don't need a lot. So Bethel leading 21-0. 1:17, the ball thrown 40. Let's see what Colazzo and the offensive coach, Coach Bright, dial up here. They dial up Dixon time. Dixon catches it, and pretty good recovery by the defender that time. A good stop by Andrea Bailey, the freshman defensive back from Eminence, Kentucky. And now a flag comes down.
Another personal foul probably coming, Dave.
Well, if it's on Bethel, let me just say this. You're up 21-0. The last thing you need now is personal fouls. And Lindsey Wilson, if you're down 21-0, you don't need one either, do you?
No, you don't.
For that matter. Some of the crowd not real happy. The thoughts and expressions you hear in the background are not the thoughts of this broadcast team or this press box.
Well, we're probably, 55, 60, 75 feet up in the air?
Yeah. You can always hear the soccer crowd. There's, first of all, not a lot of folks here. Then you can, for some reason, you got some daddies that have voices that just spill out. We have to close the windows sometimes.
Remember when watching baseball during COVID?
Yeah.
When there was nobody in the stands? Man, you could hear those players like.
What a night. It was a nightmare, wasn't it?
It
My
was.
goodness. Of course, during COVID, that's the least thing people were worried about, but
sure.
It was hard to watch, and I love baseball. Well, after all of that, they're trying to sort things out here. Here's the call by Mr. Stimmel. Unsportsmanlike. That's on Dixon. And a chorus of boos heard throughout Wildcat Stadium on Senior Day. I didn't see it, but.
Nor did I, but that's going to back the Cats up 15 yards down to the 28-yard line.
Yep. And that a minute 10 left in. They'll move the ball back inside the 30 to the 28, as Craig tell you. Going to be 2nd and 22.
But honestly, for the Cats offense, that's just a little drop in the bucket, really.
Yep. A minute 10 left here. Timeout. The good Lord knows they need one on the field, and we need one up here in the Rival Sports Box. Back after this. Stay with us.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments to fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and lock in a low rate. 4 locations to serve you: Camden, Huntingdon, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money. Member eligibility and loan approval required, and federally insured by the NCUA.
And we welcome you back to the Rival Sports Bar press box for Wildcat football. The Cats lead 21-0, 1:10 to go before half. They have the football 1st and 10, spotted at their own 28-yard line.
All right, don't forget, fans, the Pepsi Mid-America Fan Package is going to be giving away a year's supply of Pepsi at halftime. Here's Colazzo, hands off to Smith. Smith moves across the 30 to about the 32. You Bethel fans, too. Young Row, you want to stick around because we have the band seniors being saluted. Band performance, the Pepsi Mid-America giveaway, and I can let the cat out of the bag. Dr. Butler today will be honored and saluted and presented a official jersey with his name on it and the number 23 in honor of his retirement coming up at the end of the year. That's going to happen at halftime, Craig.
Walter Butler, longtime Carroll County and longtime supporter of Bethel, president, went to school here. You name it, President Butler's done it.
Third down at about 18 now. Picked up about 4 yards on that play. And the Cats are just going to be real conservative. Hand it off to Smith. Smith will move up near midfield. Boy, he's run the ball hard. He'll be stopped as he crosses the 40. And he'll be knocked down at about the 42 or 3. The clock running. I don't think Lindsey Wilson will stop it. Bethel will just take it now with a 4th and about 8. And they're going to let the clock run out, and that is going to end your half. Your score at halftime. The Bethel Wildcats lead this game 21-0. We'll be back. Craig will have stats. Well, let's hold it here. Hang on. Actually, Lindsey Wilson, we're going to keep it here. They called the timeout the last second.
What?
Yeah, the clock had expired, and Lindsey Wilson called the timeout.
I don't understand that.
Even some of their kids at midfield are walking back over toward the bench and holding their hands up in the air.
All right, so
he has the public address announcer has the script down there. Yeah. Okay.
So if you're, I don't understand. Why would you call a timeout right there?
I'm not sure. Even the players were looking over the bench.
I know why.
Make Bethel punt it.
It's 4th down.
It's 4th down. Yes.
Make Bethel punt it. Maybe get a return.
But it was an unusual thing with a couple of the big linemen were walking off like, "What are we doing here?" But yeah, you got to make them punt it.
Well,
Bethel will just snap it.
They
can
snap it and run around and
they go in the victory formation is what they actually do here. And Colazo will just take the snap, and Lindsey Wilson's not even going to. They just stand over the board and they just let Colazo now face like he's going to do something, and then took the knee. Joaquin. And that will now take the clock down to 0, and we're at halftime. 21-0 Bethel. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with more right after this on the Bethel Football Network.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carroll Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, your hand 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carroll Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carroll Bank & Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Always online at carrollbank.com.
We're proud to call on one of our new hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Health Clinic is open on the Court Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and convalescent care. Hometown Health Clinic, safe, functional, and for families just like Court Square in Huntington, and online at hometownclinics.com.
And we welcome you back to the Rival Sports Bar and Grill press box as the Wildcats lead this ball game 21-0 at the half over the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. The band members now on the field being recognized as seniors here at halftime at Wildcat Stadium. Waiting on our good friends at Worthy Road Studios to get the halftime statistics fired up and put on the board. Working diligently over there. Wildcats lead this one 21-0, and the offensive line for the Wildcats done a pretty good job of controlling that line of scrimmage. We talked about that in the pregame about keys to victory, and that's one of the keys to victory we said needed to be established was the Cats had to come out, control that line of scrimmage either by controlling the run game or giving Collazo time to sit up and throw. They did a pretty good job of that. Lindsey Wilson did make a little bit of a push back in the second quarter as they started to establish a little bit of a run, but quite honestly, Lindsey Wilson's wide receivers and Ethan Cash, the quarterback, made some great throws, but the receivers just not able to pull them in, and that leads our score to 21-0 as the Cats lead Lindsey Wilson here in a huge matchup with playoff implications on the line for both teams here at Wildcat Stadium. Band members being honored. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 senior band members here for the Wildcats today. Tyler Holland being announced right now from Adamsville, Tennessee. Try to get that list to you, everybody, and read those out before we go back for football action. Cats lead this 21-0 here at the half. Tell you what, let's go back and take another 2-minute break. We'll come back with halftime stats here from Rival Sports Bar and Grill Press Box as the Cats lead 21-0. Back in 2 minutes.
Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntington. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, showing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Combining branch and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments that fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and mark down low rates. 4 locations to serve you and Huntington, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
And we welcome you back to Wildcat Stadium as the Wildcats lead 21-0 over the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Here's your halftime statistics for the football game. First downs, 13 for Bethel, 4 for the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Rushing yards, Bethel 23 carries for 96 yards. Lindsey Wilson 12 of 22. Passing yards, 149 for Collazo, 87 for Cash for Lindsey Wilson. 13 attempts, 0 interceptions, 13-1 for Cash. Fumbles, both teams with 0. Penalties, or punt yards, Lindsey Wilson 1 for 41. Penalties, Bethel 4 for 50. And the Blue Raiders 1 of 5. Key plays here at halftime for the Bethel Wildcats. First play at the 9:56 mark, first quarter, Collazo completes a touchdown pass to Jalen Taylor to put the Cats up 6-0. Welch with the extra point. It was good. This play went under review as Coach Jasper challenged the play. Second play at the 8:33 mark. Collazo again. Pass completed once again to Jalen Taylor. Quick slant over the middle. Puts the Cats up 14-0 after the Welch extra point. Third Bethel TD came in the second period at the 3:28 mark as Collazo dials one up deep to J.D. Dixon for 34 yards. And that does the scoring at the half as the Cats lead this one 21-0. Had a missed field goal opportunity by Welch from 40 yards out. Pushed it wide to the left. Could have pushed the score to 24-0. But the Cats on top, 21-0 here at the half. Other stats of interest. Rushing, Ethan Cash, 3, -5 yards. Devontae Sanders, 1 carry for 1 yard. Jabias Dawson for Lindsey Wilson, 7 of 20. Receiving Quante Hicks, he had 3 catches for 46. Logan Collier had 1 for 13. DeCarlos Frazier, 1 of 29. For the Cats, Taryn Roberts, 7 yards, or 7 attempts for 36 yards, averaging 5.14 a carry. Martez Smith, 10 attempts for 65 yards. Receiving, Dixon, 4 catches for 57. Jalen Taylor, 4 for 52. Martez Smith, 1 of 10. And Alonzo Russell, 2 of 30 for the Cats. Defensively, Lindsey Wilson led by tackles by number 7, Deuce Morton. 6 tackles for Chevis Elliott and 5 for Devin Daniels Holmes. For the Cats, Brody Franks with 6 total tackles. Brian Hughes with 4. And then Darian Lewis, Darian Burns, all with 3 each. As the defensive unit for the Cats are pitching a shutout here at half over the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. The band members, seniors honored. The Wildcat Band now getting ready to take the field in performance as they're preparing down there on the field. Dave McCulley joins me back now as the Cats lead 21-0 here on Senior Day at Wildcat Stadium. Take it back to the station. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back. We'll talk about the second half a little bit with Diamond Dave McCulley. Back in 3 minutes.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands in an 8-hour day? Well, I can trust is how to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand. 24/7. How's that for convenient? We're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carroll Bank in Tennessee, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Always online at carrollbank.com.
Auction.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Well, in the Rivals Press Box here with Austin Childress, Dr. Derek Hummel, the lovely Claire Craddock, And we have the folks here from Worthy Road Studios. Paul Schultze, executive producer, is actually at Union today. Christopher Reasons has been our director. Olivia Barlow is helping out as well. Billy Bolin and Eric Inman, the team here today from the fine folks at Worthy Road Studios. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back. Stay with us. This is the Bethel Football Network. They're up 21-0. Stay with us, everybody.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carroll Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carroll Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carroll Bank & Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Always online at carrollbank.com. Cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day. Carroll Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carroll Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carroll Bank & Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Always online at carrollbank.com.
We're proud to call Huntington one of our new hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Health Clinic is open on the Core Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and convenient care. Hometown Health Clinic, staff reflects plan for families just like yours. On the Core Square in Huntington and online at hometownclinics.com.
Coming or going, your first move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntington. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
And welcome back, everybody. We've had one of our companies that we deal with Mosscast, that monitors our broadcast, both football and basketball. Had a little technical issue with basketball. Austin Childers taking care of that. And Craig Lund, I know you went over the stats while I was gone for a moment and went over the scoring recap. Your thoughts about this first half and what do you anticipate in the second half, sir?
Well, I think, if you're Lindsey Wilson coming out in the second half, it's a must score. I mean, You're down 21-0. You've got to score that ball coming out in the second half. If you're the Cats, started out the game strong, establishing the offensive line. Lindsey Wilson was able to get a little bit of that back as you went deeper into the second quarter. I think you've got to come back out and start punching them in the mouth again and reestablish it and let them know you're not going to push us around in our house. You're going to have to come, bring it with you, but we're going to bring it right back at you. 3 and out on the first possession is huge for the Cats defense.
And you look at the numbers. We mentioned Collazo coming in the game, completing 70% of his passes, even better today, 11 of 13, 3 touchdowns. You look at Cash on the other side, 6 of 13, but his receivers have dropped about 3 or 4 catchable balls.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's think about that, Dave. Some of those catches, if they catch them, they probably got 7 on the board at some point.
And one down to our left,
sure.
in the end zone, a 6.
Absolutely.
Called,
yeah. So, those 3 drops in my mind I'm replaying right now are huge when it comes to the scoreboard.
Defensively, Hughes with 4 total tackles here at half. 6 by Brody Franks, a guy that sort of goes unnoticed sometimes, but not the most athletic player out there, but he gets the job done, doesn't he?
He absolutely does. He seems to be always around the football, always on the field, and just a continuous motor running out there. You know, kind of what you want in a senior. You want somebody whose motor's always going. He's always ready to attack, and Brody Franks is that defensive player.
Well, if the Cats can hold on here, it's pretty good prognosis. I think that Bethel will have the first round bye next week, not have to play until the 25th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And right now, all indications it would be here. And right now, if things stay the way they probably will, it would be 8 Bethel versus number 9 Evangel, I think.
8-9, you know, you like the chances of we coming home, but Evangel, obviously, if you're in the playoffs, you're a pretty good football team. But Coach Jasper needs to take care of the second half first. We worry about that after this.
No doubt about it. With the band, the Renaissance Band, performing right below us here under the direction of Dr. Derek Jones. Jermaine Johnson did a great job with a number a few minutes ago, and he did the national anthem earlier that really had this crowd in a frenzy as well. Let's take another 2-minute break. We'll come back. The Cats lead at 21-0 here on Senior Day at Wildcat Stadium on a sun-splashed but sort of cool day. Temperatures in the low 60s. Seems like a little cooler when that wind's down there from the north. Back after this 2-minute message on Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz, and 100.9.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments to fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and lock in a low rate. 4 locations to serve you: in Huntington, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carol Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carol Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your business schedule. Carol Bank & Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Always online at carolbank.com.
We're proud to call Huntington one of our new hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Health Clinic is open on the Core Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and convenient care. Hometown Health Clinic, staff reflection, caring for families just like yours. On the Core Square in Huntington and online at hometownclinics.com.
And we welcome you back to Wildcat Stadium as the Wildcats lead this with 21-0 over the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. The Wildcat Band just finished their performance. Right now, standing on the 50-yard line, a presentation to Dr. Walter Butler, president of Bethel University, who is retiring at the end of December 31st. President Butler has served this university in a great capacity, and he is going to be surely missed. And Becky Travis from here in McKenzie, Tennessee, wins a year's supply of Pepsi for Mr. Ricky Price in Mid-America Pepsi Cola.
How about that? And now Brad Chappell, Senior Athletic Director, is going out. He'll be joined by Dr. Walter Butler. And Dr. Butler is about to be presented a really neat gift. He'll have his own authentic jersey with the number 23 on it. And that, in honor of his retirement in December the 31st, will be his last day. And there's the authentic jersey, Butler, with number 23. Is Dr. Butler being presented an authentic jersey, Bethel jersey. How about that?
It's pretty cool, you know. And Walter, big sports fan, loves the Huntington Mustangs. Of course, all of his kids played over there. He lives in Huntington, and just a huge supporter of the Wildcats, and very well deserved for President Butler.
No doubt about it. And Dr. Butler and Brad Chappell at midfield with that presentation. Well, Craig, the Cats lead 21-0 and a chance to put this thing away if they can come out and play a good third quarter.
And again, I think, like we said, Lindsey Wilson must score on the first possession. Wildcats defense got to hold them 3 and out, get a turnover, something, take that momentum and just keep driving it. And then if you get that turnover or 3 and out, you march it down and score. And that'll pretty well, I feel like, maybe ice this thing for the Cats early in the third if we can put another one on the board.
We'll take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, it's the Cats and the Blue Raiders here in this second half with the Cats up 21-0. Back after this with more NAI Mid-South Conference football on the Bethel Football Network.
Coming or going, your first move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntingdon. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments to fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and lock in a low rate. 4 locations to serve you in Huntingdon, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA includes Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Dave McCulley, Craig Lund back with you as we work your way from the Rivals press box here high atop the football stadium here at Wildcat Stadium. 499th game played in Bethel football history. That's pretty remarkable. Number 500 will come into playoffs.
It sure will. And, you know, if you think about that, of course, I was in school here when they brought football back in 93, 4, whatever it was. And, you know, I remember when they brought the one of the kids out in a uniform. It was just like LSU.
Okay.
You know, it was like LSU, and then of course it wound up being the Vegas gold and the purple.
Sure.
But it was a big time here. Wasn't very successful early on. Took some time to build the program, but a lot of my good friends played football here for Bethel at that point. So I remember that fondly.
Dino Cackles turned it around and sort of turned when that. I remember in Lambeth, when I was at Lambeth, played down in Savannah one night. I told my wife on the way home, although Lambeth won the game and it dominated Bethel, I told her on the way home, the worm has turned. She said, what? I said, they're about to be a pretty good football team and program, and they were.
Yeah, they were.
Next year, won here at McKenzie High School.
Yep.
Here's the Johnson kick to begin this second half. We're underway, and it's going to go to one of the deep guys there. And bringing that ball back to the 20 to the 25 and skirting his way is Darius Willis. And he'll move his way up across the 25 to about the 27 or 8 yard line. That's not Willis that brought it back. We'll wait and see who that is.
Took it about the 10 yard line right there for the
number
return.
7. Excuse me, that's Logan Collier that brought it back. I apologize. Well, Lindsey Wilson behind the gun a little bit here. They're 21-0 down, and they'll have the ball deep in their own territory. And Greg, I think you hit it on the head. If they want to stay in the game, they almost have to score on this drive.
Well, I think it goes back on your receivers a little bit here for Lindsey Wilson. They've got to make catches.
Sure.
You know, you drop gimmies, and that's really going to hurt you against a quality football team like the Wildcats of Bethel.
Of the 7 misses Cash had, there's a little flip pass. That's a forward pass too, isn't it? And he's going to be knocked out of bounds and hit hard. Carrying that ball was that time Jabias Dawson. Cats had that smelled out pretty well, didn't they?
They did. A little bit of a different look. Didn't see that play in the first half. Just like you said, like a little shuttle pass, a toss pass, if you will, to the back, just trying to get some momentum, and didn't get much. Matter of fact, lost a yard on the play. Second down and 11.
And the ball that marked at the 27-yard line. 14-20 run away in the third. Bethel, 2 touchdown passes from Collazo to Taylor. Then they added another score later on a Dixon catch from Collazo. Cash drops back. Cash throws. Incomplete. Receiver fell down trying to make the cut back toward the 40-yard line there. And incomplete.
Again, a receiver. Just an issue with a receiver, for Lindsey Wilson.
There's been really no rhythm. Not a lot of rhythm, has it?
Now, good point, Dave. You're exactly right. They can't get into a good rhythm to march down the field. Wildcats doing a good job of disrupting or, again, just shooting themselves in the foot.
Sometimes it's like a golf swing. You go out and, boy, you got it going. The next time you go out and you think, what happened to it?
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 from their own 27. Cash in the pocket. Cash stands back there. Cash will run out of there. He's going to get to the 30, to the 35, and stumble his way to the 40. And he is going to be really, really a lot of that on his own as he rushed out of there and made a good decision, Craig Lund. Watch this play.
Really good read by Cash right here. The receivers bail out, takes the defensive backs with him, and that leaves a big lane for Cash to run through.
He stumbled down. Javante Carter is about to have a hit at him. And here's another run, and not much there at all. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 40 still.
A lot of times, I reference Tate Serber here for McKenzie. A lot of times you have to take it upon yourself as a quarterback and just make some plays happen. That's what Cash did on the play before that.
That name Serber has been pretty well a prominent name here through the years, hasn't it?
Has.
2nd down and 10. Here's a little flip pass again, and that's going to be carrying the ball again, this time Dawson, and he's cut back in. The guy that made that play was Hughes, who made him turn him back.
Yep, sure did. Thought they got away with a little bit of a block in the back right there on that edge outside.
Gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9. 3 down lineman for the Cats. Timothy Hamlin's up there along that front line along with KJ Hicks.
And that's the other thing about Lindsey Wilson. They're going 3rd and deep. You got to go 3rd and short. You got to have positive first down plays.
No doubt about it. This is where Bethel's defense wants them right here.
Yep.
3rd down and 9. Cash stands in there, throws it to the tight end. Great catch. He's at the 45-yard line to make it 35-yard line. Good throw by Cash and a great catch. Knowing he's going to get popped was one Seth Phillips.
Sure was. Tight end just comes right off the seam. He splits the two to Bethel linebackers, defenders, throws it up and throws it where he only can catch it. It's a great run.
Dawson now to begin to get a little bit of rhythm as he plunders his way and scoots his way to the 30 to pick up a 5.
I feel like the Lindsey Wilson offense is in a little bit of a hurry up right now, trying to tire that Bethel defense out.
Isn't that funny, too? Somehow it gives you the sort of hitting that gas pedal quickly and gives you more confidence. Now here's the quarterback draw. I'm not sure he wanted to do that, but he took a yard or two, and that's about it. Well, he lost a yard, didn't he?
I think he was trying to throw that slant pattern down the middle, and the defensive backs for Bethel backed out into the zone, took it away, so he just pulled it and went with it.
And KJ Hicks slow to get up. He can't get off the field. He's going to go down. Saw Timothy Hamilton point to the trainers and say, someone get out here, and time out of the field. 11:40, the clock now, they run it back to 11:50. A few seconds had ticked off, so good response there. 21-0 Bethel. They lead the game. It's going to be 3rd and about 7 when we come back from the Bethel 32-yard line. And the Cats defense trying to step up big again. They've done it all day. Let's see if they've got one more number to do that. Back up to this 30 on the Bethel Football Network.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carol Bank & Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenience? At Carol Bank & Trust, we're proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carol Bank & Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Always online at carolbank.com.
Well, if Coach Hayes was here, he'd say, George, did you enjoy your walk? It's going to be the ball at the 32-yard line, 3rd down and 8. Well, again, we want to send along our thoughtful prayers and comments and condolences to Kent Jones. And Kent lost his lovely wife, Charlene, one of the great Bethel supporters of all time. And we'll give you more information about that. We're going to do a little blurb on our website about that next day or two. 3rd down and 7 at the 32. Cash hands it off. Dawson, and gets down to about the 31. That's it. A little surprised about the play call?
Well, Well, that's a 2-down play call right there, right? 3rd down and 7. You're going to try to run and get some positive yards. You didn't get much, but it still sets you up for really a 4th and midway long. But that's a 2-down play call right there.
11:15, clock running 3rd. Bethel leads 21-0. 3 touchdown passes. We mentioned earlier, 2 to Taylor, 1 to Dixon. Far side left, they scoot out there Logan Collier. He's been a primary target today.
I'll give him props for his shoes. He's got a Christmas theme, red and gray.
Sure does. Dawson to the right of Cash. Cash stands in that pocket, throws underneath. It's caught, and then catching him, and that's Darian Lewis. He's had a heck of a game defensively, and it's not going to be enough for the first down for one Michael Burdick.
Lindsey Wilson able to move the football down the field, but just couldn't capitalize when they got in plus territory, and the Wildcat defense holds, and Collazo and company comes back out on the field to try to add to their score.
Yeah, the kids from Columbia, just north of Nashville, across the parkway there. Campbellsville and Lindsey Wilson pretty close together up there. They have a great rivalry between those two. One's in the Eastern time zone, one's in the Central time zone, and you go up there geographically, you wonder why. Here's Smith to the left of Collazo. 2 receivers here the near side. They go to Smith. Smith's run it beautifully today. He hurdles a couple of guys. He's got more quickness today about him than I remember in the last few games. He's got a first down to the 42-yard line.
Another first down via the legs of Martez Smith. Wow.
He's been a nice bowling ball all year, but Craig, doesn't he look a little quicker today to you?
He does. Look, he's got a little pep in his step and just really run the football hard today. I mean, really good explosive step and really pounding it up in there.
Like most coaching staffs, our staff's a little mum on injury sometimes, even to their home announcers. But bottom line is that he may have been under duress a little bit. I'm not sure. Here's another handoff to Smith. Smith makes a great cut as he moves back to his right toward the center of the field, and he's going to get about 5 or 6 yards there.
Coach Jasper and Coach Bright, offensive coordinator for Bethel, just really leaning on that offensive line now to push that ball and give Smith all the running room he can take.
And, Craig, the other thing it does, you're up 21-0. You chew up some time, and you get another score, and you put the game away, basically. I think is what they're thinking.
Absolutely.
So 2nd and 5, the ball to the 48. They're on 48, Bethel. The Cats trying to finish no worse than 2nd in this league. Collazo. Smith again. Smith, a big game. Wow. 45-yard line, 40-yard line, first down. And, Craig, you and I could have run through that hole.
Sure could have. He just exploded right up the gut right there.
Here's the
spin
replay.
move. Yeah, look, watch this. Watch that offensive line come off. Good pull block right there. Kick out. Boom, right up the middle.
Surratt came off and caught that linebacker, too, didn't he?
Sure did.
It's got to be 1st and 10. The ball at the 39-yard line. Bethel took this ball after the 4th down fail for Lindsey Wilson. And Collazo's in that gun again with Smith to his right. They use a tight end to block. That's Partee blocking. Now Smith ducks his head and gets what he can. Not much, maybe a couple, to about the 37.
So that's run 4 or 5 in a row for Smith.
It is, yes.
Maybe time to get a fresh leg in there. Give him a little bit of a blow.
8:40, clock running. Yep. Terrence, he's got him just right on cue. What did Craig Lund call for? I think they must have him typed up in their helmet. Terrence Roberts comes in and Smith comes out. Well, the ball at the 37. 2nd down and about 8. And 8:39, clock stopped there for some reason. Now they start it back. Roberts to the left of Collazo. Joaquin Collazo from Melbourne, Florida. Drops back, looks. They escapes the would-be tackler, now throws it into the ground. And Taylor was close enough that not intentional grounding. He's out of the pocket.
I thought he was going to pull it down and take off with it, but I think somebody grabbed his shoestring right there at the end and couldn't really get loose.
Yeah, Collazo, I saw a quarterback high school last night. It just wears on you. You think you got him, and then it's like Houdini. He kept getting out of there. Jarrett Curtis, the kid's name, from Nashville Christian. And Collazo, he doesn't look that great athletically out there, but he's a lot more athletic than people give him credit for, isn't he?
Sure is.
I mean, able to move those feet around. He's got a great decision-making process about him as well. Roberts to the right on the 3rd down and 8. Terrence has it. Terrence, great cut. He's going to get a first down. He's going to get more. He's on his feet to the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Roberts and Smith have been the stars of this game, along with those receivers.
Good call, David. I was going to say the same thing. The running backs today for the Cats are unbelievable. Roberts right here. is tackled right there, keeps his legs driving, and carries men with him down to the 15-yard line.
And Devin Daniels-Holmes, who's had a good game for them, saved the touchdown. Ball at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:45 clock running. Bethel trying to salt this thing away early in this quarter, leading already 21-0. Collazo looks. Collazo, a little fly pattern in the end zone.
Got it.
And did he catch it? Can't tell. It is caught. Jalen Taylor, and that was great defense, and he still caught the football.
Great throw by
Cats.
Great throw by Collazo, too. Threw it up to his outside shoulder, and Taylor goes up, pulls it down.
18-yard strike. And the Cats. Well, that's a great catch.
That is a great catch.
I mean, what focus he had, Craig Lund. We'll get the official stats on it in just a minute, but I think it's an 18-yarder, or was it 20? I think it was 18 yards, I believe. Lau the snapper, Johnson the holder, and Mr. Welch attempting the PAT. 27-0 Bethel. Now beginning to stretch this thing out even more. Snap back, ball down, kick up into the north end zone. It's no good.
Oh,
a rare miss. Only his 4th, make it his 5th miss of the year. So it's a 27-0 game. Back after this 30 on the Bethel Football Network.
We're proud to call Huntington one of our new hometowns. Now serving Huntington and all of Carroll County, Hometown Health Clinic is open on McCoy Square, featuring family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and convenient care. Hometown Health Clinic, staffed with folks you know, caring for families just like yours. On McCoy Square in Huntington, and online at hometownclinics.com.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium as the Wildcats lead this with 27-0 after the 15-yard touchdown pass from Collazo to Taylor.
Well, Mr. Taylor's having a day, isn't he?
He is. Big day right there. He's having a big day.
Touchdown reception, yeah.
Running back's having a big day.
He's got 3. Dixon has the other. It's 27-0. A rare miss by Welch. And Johnson to kick it away. End over end kick. And they pin again right here. Logan Collier to this side. Logan Collier back to the middle of the field on his feet and finally tripped up. Ball loose. And Bethel says they have it. Let's wait and see. That was a nice hit. We'll see who got the hit on the replay. And a marker's on the play. And let's see what they sort out here.
They're pointing Lindsey Wilson football. We got a flag on the backside. That's typically going to be in the area of holding.
Logan Collier caught it. We'll get the replay here for you in a minute. Mr. Stemmel about to tell us what the officials have sorted out here. He was down. Yep. Craig Lund, you're right on top of your game. It was a ball was down, and then they say a block in the back.
Now, question is, well, I don't guess Coach Jasper's going to attempt to challenge that. I wouldn't.
They'll move it half the distance. Ball be back. Here's the replay of it, Craig. Let's see if we can pick up that block in the back. First of all, there it is right there. There it is right there. Great job, guys. Christopher and the gang and Olivia. Super job on that.
And the ground did cause a fumble.
It sure did. So they moved the ball back inside the 10. And it's going to be about the 8-yard line. Make it 9-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Ethan Cash and his offensive unit. Got Dawson to his right. Gives it to Dawson. Dawson gets to the 10. That's about it. Maybe the 11.
If I'm Lindsey Wilson, the run is not there against this defensive line for Bethel. You got to do something else to kind of keep us off balance. You know, play action, roll the quarterback out, something, because that run's not there.
We got a player down, I think. Let's wait and see.
65.
Deontay Carter and Brody Franks made that stop. Claire spotting for us here. Who's the player down?
65, Corey Teague. Blanche, Alabama.
He's a 285 youngster from Cedar Bluff High School. They get him off, and now it's going to be now 2nd and basically 9, almost 10 again. Dawson to the left of Cash this time. Cash drops, wants the quick popper, throws it, and it's caught. And it's going to be caught and moving to the 30-yard line to about the 31, 32-yard line. That slanting pattern has worked for him a few times.
Logan Newfield from White House, Tennessee, my old alma mater.
Yeah. the former home of Jonathan Finch, who was one of the great Lambeth quarterbacks of all time. You know Jonathan?
I do not know Jonathan personally, but I know you hold him in high regard. And, it was a great quarterback for the BDP.
One of the great human interest stories. Basically lost his mom and dad not only in his life, and he raised 2 brothers, football scholarship, and worked all at the same time. That's the epitome of one of the great stories I could ever tell you about a student athlete I covered. And a great kid, and now a successful real estate business.
He is. As a matter of fact, hold this play, and I'll tell you something.
Almost picked off. Boy, Gilbert almost had number 18. He's got 17, and he's had a chance to get 2 more today. My goodness, a terrible pass by Cash.
I went back home to White House about a month ago for a football game. We had a bye week for McKenzie in it. As I drove through town, I saw his real estate business, and I thought about you, Dave McCulley.
Really wonderful guy, wonderful husband now, father, and a guy that could have packed life in early in his life but didn't do it. The resilience and the fortitude that kid had, I still admire. Still stay in touch with him from time to time. Wes brings up third. Cash, lucky that wasn't picked off for a pick 6. Getting back to the game. 3rd down and basically 9. Cash dropping back. Cash looking. Tim Hamilton has his 2nd sack of the day.
You get the feeling now Bethel really turning up a notch on the defensive line and really going to apply that pressure.
Hamilton just had a beat on him, didn't he?
Sure did. I mean, that
defensive
line is just wearing out that offensive line now of Lindsey Wilson.
And no way, this one's
25.
That was 94, sir.
94.
Trying to pick on me a little bit up here. And you can tell, Lindsey Wilson's not packing it in. Bethel's just at another gear right now, aren't they?
They sure are. I mean, it just seems like the intensity went up a little bit.
5:20 left here. And Nichols in to punt it away. He'll get it out of there. A low spiral, and Gilbert's going to run under and drop it, and then he's going to fall right back on it. Boy, guts of a cat burglar there.
It was. He got hit and dropped it. He got hit right in and fell on top of it.
Darren Willis is the guy that hit him. And they're doing a little smack talking. And we do not need this game to get chippy. It was chippy before the game, a couple of little plays in the first half. And the worst thing you can have here now is unsportsmanlike conduct on either team.
There it goes.
There's 2 flags. Now the coaching staff of Bethel and the trainers going out there as well. I'm not sure. We got a player shaken up. That's why the trainers are going out there.
Yeah.
And captains and senior players of both teams say, get off the field, guys. Come on. Now Michael Jasper is barking at one of the officials.
I'm not so sure, Dave, he wasn't barking at one of our players.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think so.
I think you're right, Craig. And getting up, and okay is Gilbert. Now he's running off. He's okay. Now Mike's going to talk to the officials down there. Kincaid's out there. We need to get Kincaid off the field. 5:09. Just teasing. He's a good guy. Peterson still needs a haircut, though. 5:09. Couldn't do a broadcast with Bethel without saying Peterson needs a haircut. Talked to Brett earlier this morning. He's one of the guys that puts the stuff down there for the replay. Well, they get Markel Crawford. Craig, let me just say this, and I mean this with all due respect. It's been a chippy game, no doubt. It's a physical, brutal game, as every football game tends to be. But Bethel needs to really clean this up before they get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, again, playing clean. We talk about it. You know, this is what you don't want going in and getting ready for the playoff run here if you're the Wildcats.
Well, let's face it. It cost us back at 18, didn't it?
Sure did.
Undefeated season, and Brent Dearman had them going high and growling and prowling, but turnovers and penalties hurt us in that game. 1st and 20. Oh, no, excuse me, 1st and 10. Move the ball. Here's Terrence Roberts. Boy, he's really run the ball beautifully. You know, the backs, he gets up to about the 26. Not only good nifty feet, but both he and Smith have made really nice cuts and decisions running the ball today, haven't they?
Sure have. It seems like they kind of see it before it happens, knows where to make that move. Just that good second instinct when they run the football up in the middle of the field.
2 fine Christian schools, but let me tell you, We do not need mics down there on that field today. I'm telling you, good grief. There's still smack talking. You know, after that play, they were both barking at each other.
Number 20's going at it.
He really is. It's every play now you begin to sense that the officials need to really keep an eye on this thing. 4:20 left here. I'm not over-exaggerating either, folks. You can see it and feel it up here. Here's Terrence Roberts running it again. Now they get him down to about the 30. He's going to be about 2 yards short. It's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, Craig.
Good run around the right end by Roberts. Now you got options for Coach Jasper. You got 3rd down. Probably going to run around here try to pick up the first, but you could also, pull it and maybe dump something off to the tight end. We haven't seen Bowles or Partee get a catch yet.
There'll not be a lot of Christmas cards from McKenzie to Columbia and back and forth this year, or in the years to come. 3rd down and 2.
No drawing numbers, you're saying?
No.
Just swapping gifts.
Hey, yeah. It's got to be $10 or more, guys. It'd be like 50 cents if these things were exchanging. 3rd down and 2. They threaten the blitz. They come at him, and now McCausland's going to throw it. Dixon, yes. It's J.D. Dixon time. He's got it across midfield and all the way down to the 40-yard line of Lindsey Wilson. The Colazo to Dixon, pretty magical, folks.
As soon as the blitz came, the slant pattern was wide open, and Dixon does what Dixon does. Great read right here. Boom. Over the top of the linebacker in front of the safeties, and Dixon does the rest.
Finds open space, doesn't he? And
sure
Colazo finds him. Beautiful play. 27-0, and so hard to defend that slant in pattern.
It is.
He just runs magical routes. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 40. I'm sorry?
31-21 at the half.
Cats leading 31-21 over Faulkner in the Faulkner Classic in Montgomery. Chris Nelson trying to put his 4th straight victory together. Here's Colazo. Play fakes. They go this time to Burris on the slant in. Burris, ball thrown behind him. If it's thrown in front of him, he probably scores, but he is scooped his way down to about the 26 or 7. Another 1st down. The Cats moving the chains.
You know what? I'm going to keep throwing until they stop it because they're soft in the middle right there. And again, the safeties, 2 safeties back deep, not bringing anybody up. The linebackers kind of suck in, and we throw it right over the top of them.
And, Craig, the thing about it, if you go back and watch these replays, which we have the ability to do here with Christopher Reese in the game, sometimes they don't have anyone within 5 yards of the receiver.
They don't.
1st and 10. The Cats now inside the 30 to about the 27. Colazo gets that snap, gives it to TR. Terrence, great move. 20-yard line, down to about the 19. And now we got a flag, and Coach Jasper, I could see in the screen here, he was holding his hands up in the air, like what happened there, and it's going to be a hold on the Cats.
Oh, yeah, it's in the backfield, going to be a hold.
We'll get the replay ensues to Guilty Comfort. Mr. Stimmel, we've seen a lot of him today, haven't we? Now, Devin Daniels Holmes a little applauding behind him.
Here we go.
Here's a replay. Let's see who did this.
Run left side. Yeah, right there.
Yep, you can see it. Proper call.
Got turned around, just didn't let go of that big paw off the back of the jersey.
Sure didn't. Yep, right in front of the officials, too. So that moves the ball down back to the 37. They have to get to the 18, so it's 1st and 19. A minute 44 left in the 3rd.
Taylor down here, island coverage. Watch this 2 safeties high, see where they go.
There's Colazo, the snafu there.
All kind of flags.
Yeah, flags everywhere. Josh Key, a very fine public address announcer here, tells us there's markers on the play. Like Craig, he's a huge UT fan. He'll start getting nervous here in a few minutes.
No, they're already kicked off.
Oh, have they already kicked off?
0-0. 4:48 going to first.
In Columbia. Good. That's a day game because it gets cold up there, it seems like. And that's going to be a foul and penalty on Lindsey. That's going to get them Bethel more manageable. It's going to be still 1st down. 1st and about 15 now.
Must have been lined up in the neutral zone right there.
Must have been,
both those flags came on both ends.
Lindsey Wilson's been a little sloppy at times today with the penalties as well. A minute 17, clock running 3rd. Bethel in no hurry. Play clock at 30. You're leading 27-0. You just take your time, take some seconds off, score, and look at Colazo. He's looking at the play clock.
Go get a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Give me ketchup, mustard, and onions on it. Here's all the burgers are gone, by the way. Claire didn't save me one. Here's Roberts to the right of Collazo. Collazo swinging those arms back there, getting ready for the snap. Got it. Play fake. They go to, this time, Taylor again. Taylor to the 20. Got to be a couple of yards short, but a quick popper. And the Cats are moving right back down the field again.
And again, a quick slant. That linebacker comes up, bites on the run, and Taylor just sits down over the top of him on the slant pattern. If you're a defensive coordinator or secondary coach, you've got to get aggravated at your linebackers biting on that every time.
You watch this offensive film if you're a defensive coordinator for another school, and you go home and your wife says, honey, how's it looking? He said, not good. I mean, so many weapons on this Bethel team. 2nd and 3 at the 20-yard line of the Blue Raiders.
Corner
just
route.
Left hash.
Corner route to the end zone.
All right, here's Collazo waiting. Gets it.
Nope.
Going to get it to Terrence. He's got to get the first down. Well, he's very close to it. I think he has it. Nope, they stop him at the 19. Forward progress stop there. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Really thought we might try to throw one to Dixon there in the back corner.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Bethel, 27. Lindsey Wilson, nothing. We go to the final frame. The Cats on the verge of knocking the door down to get in the playoffs again. Back after this 1-minute message on Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz, and 100.9 WEIO. Stay with us.
Coming or going, the first move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntingdon. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction, and no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
Well, I understand the softball team is giving away hamburgers. I didn't get my invitation for one. It's 15 minutes left in this one, 27-0. There's one person in the press box that seems to have connections with everybody. 2nd down and 2. Mackenzie people still call him a traitor, though. He's gone over to the Huntington camp, Craig.
Yeah.
3rd down and about 2. Derek Hubble, a legend, no doubt about it. You know, sometimes people are legends in their mind, but truly Hubble is a legend, isn't he? 3rd down and 2. Collazo had, and now they got Smith in the pistol, the bowling ball back there. Tight end, Bowles, right off the back of the line there. Double tight end set, and they go right at that angle, and Smith will, boom his way.
He does.
For the first down to about the 17. Now, let's see, wait a minute. Well, I think he's got it.
Well, they're going to say 3rd down.
No, that's a 4th down. They stopped him short. I didn't get a very good spot there.
This
now
is
to bring Partee in the game. We're going to have Partee, Bowles, Neal. If you're a tight end, you're dressed out, you're in there right now.
That's right.
4th and inches. The ball at the almost at 17. Now Bethel comes out, and now Collazo goes up under center, and he is going to be hit. I'm not sure. The way that line judge over there is, I don't know if he got it or not. Oh, no, that deserves a flag. 87, Andre Neal took his helmet off and made a gesture like he was kind of in the midair with it, and the official came right in and threw the flag. And that's the proper call. I watched the replay. Lindsey Wilson said they've stopped him anyway. Well, Neal, it may not have been any intent, but he did take his helmet off. And watch this. Keep it there, guys. Keep it here if you can. And watch, he takes his helmet off, and you can't do that.
Nope.
You just cannot do that.
And even our player knew the rule. He told him.
Yep. And Lindsey Wilson stopped him on top of that. A very selfish and silly play.
Yep.
27-0. And I don't like to call out people and get on them, but you just cannot do that, folks. Yeah, they had to get to the 17, and the ball is between the 17 and 18. And if anything, lost about the length of a football.
Sure did. You know, the way we've been running the football today effectively, you know, I'm giving it to Taylor or Smith again.
Well,
anyway.
No more editorial on the penalty. It was the flag was deserved.
Sure.
1st and 10, the ball at the still feel like the Cats are in pretty good shape, but it's been a sloppy game at times today. 14:06. Hadn't been sloppy on these touchdowns Bethel scored.
No, it hasn't.
Defense has done a great job, too. Here's Cash dropping back, running out of there, and he's going to be tripped up. And the guy that got a hand on him, the first guy that got it, he fell forward, but it's Jamali Goldboyne with the stop. And the ball is going to be marked at the 22. A pickup of about almost 5 yards. It's 2nd and a short 6. Clock running 13:40. Getting a little cooler up here in the guy.
It is. Cash on that play just was going to set up the throw it, nothing there. He just took off with it.
You always can tell the importance of a game with all the cars that people don't pay. They pull in on the grassy knoll over there and watch the games. And breaking away is Dawson. Dawson 30, 35, 40. Dawson a first down up to the 40-yard line.
Good solid run that time by Lindsey Wilson. Take it off the right side, does Dawson.
Javante Carter finished him off, but not before he gets a big, nice run there by Dawson.
Defensive end, outside linebackers kind of sucked down in. He bounces outside of him, gets a big first down for Lindsey Wilson.
Good replay by our Worthy Road Studios kids. Going to be 1st and 10, 13:02. Without a passing game that's been clicking, though, 27 points would be too much for them to overcome this fourth quarter, I think.
For sure.
They've got a clean jersey in there. The Cash will fire it. It's caught and dropped. At least the 5th drop of the day, and that one dropped by Willis over there. That's not Willis. Who was it?
Number
that was
11?
Number 11, excuse me. That's
Oh, I'm sorry,
no,
11.
Well, it looked like it was 1.
Maybe it was 7.
I think it's 7. You're right, Logan Collier. Well, 27-0. This would end Lindsey Wilson's season. The 3 losses would do them in.
Yeah.
And Bethel's going to live for another day as far as high aspirations for maybe even a title. Cash over the middle, incomplete.
Now, that's a nice little play design right there. They fake that little toss sweep to the right. Cash pulls it. He's got a man open, a slant pattern. He just misses the throw.
Just miss him, yeah.
Yeah, watch the play right here. Good read. Boom, slant right there. Got to get that.
Richburg is the guy intended receiver. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee. Clarksville High School.
Good baseball program at Clarksville High School.
Clarksville, one of the toughest cities in the state to drive through. 3rd down and 10. It outgrew its facilities, didn't it?
It has. You know, so Welch is from Rossview. You ever been to Rossview High School?
I have not been.
Oh, my gosh.
Really nice?
It's really nice, but it takes you forever to get there.
Oh, they've got Cash. Bang! He's sacked in the backfield. And this time, celebrating would be Joran Young. And he's well deserved to be celebrating. Great play.
Great defensive play right there by the Cats. Going to force Lindsey Wilson to punt it away right here. Just that defensive line just doing a number on that offensive line up front.
The defense is, we probably hadn't bragged on them enough. They've been sensational.
They have, really have. Very active all over the field, just been, missiles on that defensive line.
The only time Lindsey's been shut out this year is that 10-0 loss to Georgetown. 4th and 15, and Nichols out to punt it. Nichols, good punter. This one not one of his best, though, as it takes a Bethel bounce and will be down finally by Lindsey Wilson at about the 43-yard line. The Cats, great field position, great stead here. 11:54, they lead 27-0. Well, Craig, this trend continues. The preview show tomorrow at 6 o'clock on the NAI Facebook page. They have plans to set up a screen in Crisp Arena. And Coach Jasper is going to host his players and any fans or anyone else that would like to show up. You can come by at 6. It'll be about a 30-minute situation. If you need to go to church and want to go to church, you still can do that. We all need to go to church. And bottom line is 42-yard line. But 6 o'clock tomorrow, you can come see where the Cats will be ranked in the rankings and where they'll go in the playoffs.
Well, this 27-0 shutout, if this holds, that's going to look really good to the voters.
Sure is.
Make those decisions.
Especially, and look at Smith, just like a bowling ball, bowling his way upfield and gets to about the 48-yard line. Good sportsmanship there by one of the Lindsey Wilson Raiders, helping him up. You know these teams respect each other. They don't have to like each other. That's part of the game. But you think so with 3 losses?
Yeah, I think they'll be in the last 8, though.
I've seen that happen.
I think they'll be 13.
17, 18. The top 20 teams get in. The top 12 get first-round byes. The other 8 teams play the 4 games, and then those 4 move on to form the Sweet 16 on the 25th of November.
You know, in some instances, it's good to play that first game and not have that bye week.
Sure it is. Smith, one of the few times today, they stop him for not much at the 46. Picked up about a half a yard. Third down at about 6.
You're in that area now if you're Coach Jasper. Probably not throwing down right here, but 27-point lead. You may just hand it off and let that clock keep rolling.
Been at Bethel now 13 years calling football games, and after 18 at Lambeth, first time I can remember not seeing deer this time of the year in the on the farm over there. 27-0. Usually we say that, a couple pop out.
Sure.
Here's Colazzo on the third down and about 6. Dropping back, looking, stepping up, and that ball is knocked away, and no word yet. Now it's incomplete. His arm was going forward.
Several years ago, McKenzie was scrimmaging. I want to feel like it was Chester County, Crockett County here in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of the Holland dogs got in the field and started chasing deer. I bet you there was 25 of them that came over those fence rows, and you never seen country boys stop.
Oh, my
Mouth
goodness.
just salivating.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they were all over the fence row, hopping everywhere.
Yeah, the Holland Farm, of course, this Wildcat Stadium property itself built as part of the Holland Farm that was donated. So it's 4th and 6. The Cats will send out the punter, and Johnson gets it away. First time he's punted today. And that's going to be gathered in back inside the 5. It's going to be gathered in by Sowell. And not much at all as he doesn't get back to the 10. The Cats corral him.
What a punt, though, by Johnson.
That was a nice punt.
That
Johnson boomed on the first part of the year. Had a couple of games where he didn't hit it that well, but he's now back to his groove, it appears.
The ball was spotted where at the 34?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They downed him at the – well, he caught it.
Inside the 5, about the 4.
Inside the 5 or the 4. So the ball spotted at the 9. Pretty good punt right there.
And good downfield coverage by the special teams.
49-yard punt.
Yeah, it came in averaging 40.8, exceeding his average a little bit. Well, Cash is in there with Dawson to his left. Offensive unit have had their moments, but not enough of them if you're a Blue Raider fan. They put Dawson in motion. Cash drops back and throws it out there, and boy, that didn't spoo the Cats at all. The guy that read that beautifully was Franks. And Hicks caught it, and he's hit immediately by a couple of the other Cats.
Again, just trying to get that screen pass out there to get the ball into playmaker hands, and the Wildcat defense, again, just on point.
Sure. Well, 27-0 your score, 9:50 left in here, and it's now going to be second and about 14 yards. And the ball moved back to the 5. Cash has 2 backs back there with him, each side. Gives it to Dawson. Dawson did not get back the line of scrimmage. If he did, I'd be surprised, but he does, to the 4, and that's it. It's going to be 3rd and long.
They had a blocker coming in for him to pull for a block for the running back. But, again, the defensive line is doing such a good job of getting inside the offensive interior line and collapsing it. The running back has nowhere to go.
You know, we talked a lot about Taylor. We talked about Dixon. We've talked about Smith and Roberts, but that line play dictates the games, doesn't it?
It sure does. I mean, again, you win the battle up front, you got a good opportunity to win the football game, and that's what the Cats have done today.
And most times you're going to win it, yeah.
Yeah.
And now they say that we have illegal motion, and Nelson Lewis came up. He's one of the seniors here today, his family here, and he came up and said, hey, wait a minute, they moved. Got to call that, and they do. Flag's a big part of this game today on both sides. Well, Dr. Butler asked me this morning. He and Linda Hearn were sitting out. He said, Diamond Dave, give me the score. I said, 28-10. So I'm halfway close anyway, aren't I?
You are.
8:55 left here. Game not over, obviously, but right now the Cats could come out of this with great position, leading big already. Cash in his own end zone and a 3rd, and they've got to get to the 19-yard line. It's back about the 3. 3rd and 16. Cash gives it to Dawson. Dawson hit. Hughes got him. I think he got forward progress to the 1, and that's it. Brian Hughes, great play. Outstanding play by Brian Hughes.
Wow, what a play by the defense again. Brought the blitz right there. Here's a replay. Brought the blitz off the edge. He did get it across the goal line.
I mean, that ball is not even right at the 1, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's half yard.
Between the 1 and the goal line, yep. And they're going to bring out Nichols. Nichols had a 48-yarder a moment ago. He's telling the guys, hey, guys, just give me protection. I'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Look at the hand motion. Don't let him get to me, guys. Under 8 minutes. If he took one little bitty tiny step back, baby step back, he'd be out of the end zone. I don't know. They didn't step out of it. Here's the punt. It's going to be Gilbert. That's not Gilbert. That's going to be the newcomer. 25, 20, 15. He's got a block. Touchdown, Cats, and bring it back to the house. Will be Noel Patterson, newcomer. No flags.
32 yards. Punt return. He cut it to 32, took it around the right side, and puts it in the end zone for the score for the Cats.
And now it's 33-0. Not surprised Bethel's winning, surprised by the margin. And Patterson took it to the house. 32-yard punt return. Heard a lot about him, a latecomer coming in from Valdosta State, Dayton, Tennessee native, and he took it right in, and it was never in doubt, was it?
It was not. I mean, pressure brought on the punt right there. Wasn't a very good punt, not as good as he's been punting today, and Cats able to take advantage.
Deuce Morton, the young man, shaken up. Pikeville transfer, but he took it right in, and he's okay. That's good. Hard to hurt those guys named Deuce. 33-0. And they'll send out Welch. So after the little skirmish before the game, it's been Bethel making the bigger statement in the game. And what do we have? The official stopping things here for a second. Timeout, Lindsey Wilson. Timeout, 7:37 left. And the Cats lead at 33-0, trying to add another point on after this 30. On Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz and WEIO 100.9 Radio.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments to fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and lock down low rates. 4 locations to serve you, and Covington, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money. No eligibility and loan approval required. Insured by NCUA.
We're back here at Wildcat Stadium in the Rivals press box. I'll tell you again, go by Rivals after the game today. Get your ticket stub. Man, you can just load up 15% off. Best burgers and wings in town. Rivals is only 2 miles from campus. Hubble can get in his car and just say, take me to Rivals, and it automatically knows where to go. Welch in to boot it through here. Hubble gets more airtime than any statistician in the league.
He does.
Rival Sports Restaurant's a proud supporter of Bethel University and Bethel football and athletics. The Welch kick is up, and it is good. 34-0. We're going to keep it here, reminding you that all student athletes in Bethel University, proud supporters of Rivals, and Rivals likewise. They give a special shout-out to Bethel students who worked and are working at Rivals. Let's remind you, too, Craig, any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of the BallGame Blitz TV show today or any day without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. And Tom Yarbrough is our producer and director on the radio side. Christopher Reasons on the TV side. Olivia Barlow, Billy Bolin, and Eric M. and his teammates today. Our teammates here, Craig Lund, and along with Claire Craddock and Derek Hubble. And he's going in some kind of gyration down there.
I think he's upset because Coach Gundy is letting UCF beat him 17-0.
Why would he have any interest in the game? I'll tell you why off mic. It's 34-0. You can read through those lines.
I think I can.
Yeah. I like to go to Keeneland, but 34-0. Here's Johnson to kick it away. He and Chris Nelson. My goodness. They love horses. Here's Johnson to kick it away. I've said enough. And that kick will drive. Well, not even be gathered in by Logan Collier. Another touchback by Johnson. He's got his nip back in that foot, doesn't he, Craig Lund?
He sure does. Put that one through the end zone. We're going to bring it out to the 20, Lindsey Wilson. So now Lindsey Wilson, down 34-0. Trying to make it respectable. Maybe try to get one on the board just to light that scoreboard up one last time before this football season comes to an end for him.
Well, despite the fact that there will be no football here next Saturday, if Bethel gets that first round bye, and they will now, we will have action here. Soccer next week at 12 noon It'll be the championship game of the first round of the playoffs.
Claire Craddock's excited.
She said she may not even leave the press box. She just may stay up here all week.
She's going to camp here. Go get some of that buy one, get one pizza, just put it in the refrigerator.
And she loves soccer. Here's, well, it is for sure. Yeah, we'll have more about it Monday. And here's a drop and incomplete. And we say that the soccer drawings will come out, or pairings will come out at noon, the women Monday, the men at 1 o'clock. It is speculated and thought that the women, well, whether we get in or not, that's still up for grabs. They would be on the road. The men would host here, we are told, first and second round of the soccer playoffs. And there's thoughts that if that happens, they bring either 2 teams in or 1 team in. So we'd have 2 games here Thursday and then 1 Saturday.
Claire is doing a cartwheel.
Yeah, she loves it.
She's excited.
Second down and 25. Yeah, it's still up for grabs, though. We'll just wait and see. Oh, boy, here's a hit.
What a stick.
A hit, and Beasley has had about 3 or 4 of those out there, and he just nailed Logan Newfield. Whew, for no gain, and if anything, a loss.
Two things on that. The quarterback was on this hash, threw it back across the field, and that gives you too much time as a defensive back to react to that ball. And if you're that wide receiver, you just got to know, I'm getting ready to get popped.
Yep.
Concentration right here.
No doubt about it. 7 minutes and 2 seconds left. Under 7 minutes now. 34-0 Bethel. Not surprised Bethel's winning, but again, the margin does surprise you a little bit. This raise a few eyebrows around the league. This is a very good Lindsey Wilson program and team. Cash dropping back. Cash running for his life. Out of the pocket, he scurries. 30, 35, 40, and they drag him down from the backside. And a nice tackle there by Beasley. Again, Beasley comes up a little shaken up.
You say that about the score. It just makes that Georgetown game Bethel played. It highlights a little bit more because these guys loses 10-0 to Georgetown.
Sure.
Georgetown comes here and just really manhandles the Wildcats. So it really speaks to how bad of a game Bethel played and how well of a game Georgetown played.
Beasley tried his best to get off the field, Craig, but he couldn't do it. You're exactly right. I mean, it's some people have said to me before the game and this week, like to have another rematch for Georgetown. Well, they might get it.
Absolutely.
You know, you look at the NEI, too. They go geographically with a lot of things. Of course, money talks and people walk. But now Beasley's up. That's good news there. He's able to walk off the field on his own power. But looked like some kind of groin injury than when he first got up. But, you know, Greg, you got to be sort of careful what you wish for. But if that happens, there's a chance that could happen again. But, you know, I remember Chris Elliott, first year here, had that fine year, but lost to Georgetown real big up there. Then went up there, and Gerard Reynolds took it to the house from about 99 yards.
Right.
And Bethel won it as the lights had come on at dark up there. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Bethel shifting around defensively. Cash trying to confuse him. He evades the would-be tackler. Here's the pass downfield, and that ball is going to be intercepted.
Oh, no, he dropped it. Dadgummit.
Cortez Eatman had a chance for it. Couldn't come up with it.
So
that ball's on another yard or two. He's going to come up with it.
That's 3 balls. We've dropped it down INTs, right?
Right. Threw it up for grabs. That's all they can do at this point. Look at Collazo down the field. You saw him in your screen there. He was the senior quarterback down there cheering on the defense.
He wants another shot, Dave.
He sure does. 6:16 left here. 34-0 Bethel. And they have gradually pulled away from this Blue Raider team that's going to go back to Columbia 7-3 and wonder if they get in or not. Handoff. And there's again a nice run by the guy that's been their best attacker today, Jubias Dawson. And he's up near midfield to the 49 and stopped there.
Good
a little
job.
short of the first down.
Good job of number 73, Lane Cripps, for Lindsey Wilson coming out there pulling and leading the blocking for that running back right there. That's what really sprung that play for him.
Well, the good news is, I know some Kentuckians are listening to us. If you're a Kentucky fan like me, the Cats put 21 on the board against Alabama. Impressive, but they gave up 49. 5:42 left here. Big one tonight, Ole Miss at Georgia.
Yeah, that's a big one tonight.
3rd down about a yard. Here's the handoff. And Dawson has that first down. A lot of speculation at Michigan that Jim Harbaugh would get suspended. He was. I think they won their game today, though.
They did, but they won by 9, I believe, over Penn State. So that sets up the big ball game against Ohio State there Thanksgiving weekend.
They don't like each other, do they?
No, not much.
1st and 10 after that run. And I guess when you play football and it's such a harsh game. You shouldn't like each other to some degree. 5:04 left here in this ball game. The Cats lead at 34-0.
Illegal formation. Illegal formation.
Derek Hubbell says illegal formation, but he's talking about another game, not this one. That ball is thrown incomplete. They tried to hit that time. I was looking Frazier, the intended. I was thinking, I said, that's not an illegal formation. Then I realized what he was doing. Oh, my goodness. Second down and 10. Retirement coming soon. Second down and 10.
Hubbell's going to retire?
No.
Claire can't do this by
well,
herself.
The thing about Hubbell, too, he knows I can't fire him because I need him so badly. Second down and 10.
We'll have to teach Claire what a nose guard or rover is on
yeah,
defense.
Exactly. She and Emma had trouble with DT today. Here's the stop at midfield. But Claire figured it out. Crash Craddock, you don't keep her down wrong. And now we've got a tackle. And, well, Craig, at this point, you just hope things end on a solid note. No.
For sure.
President Lucky's here from Campbellsville. President Butler's here from Bethel. And
you know, Dave, I mentioned this last night in our broadcast for Collinwood. Regardless of the outcome of the football game, when you anticipate it's going to be your last one,
right.
You've got X amount of seniors on that football team.
Sure.
They're going to take those pads off for the last time.
No doubt.
And it's a moment that you take in.
Absolutely. Third down and 10. I didn't play football, but I played basketball, and I know even in basketball it's the same way. Cash flushed out of the pocket, and he's tackled and spun down to the turf by one Xavier King. King, the fifth leading tackler on this team, outstanding player from Haywood County, the Tomcat. Here's a replay, Craig.
Again, talking about the defense, just shedding blocks. Dave, if this defense that played today played in that Georgetown game, there's a no-brainer who wins.
All right, if they play this way the rest of the year,
yeah, for
there might be any no-brainers. There's some formidable opponents out there. You look at the Northwestern 1, Grandview 2, Indiana Wesleyan 3, Kaiser 5th, 4th, make it. Georgetown at number 6. Here's Cash dropping back, looking, throwing, man wide open. It's caught. 20, 15, great cut. He's got to score.
Yep.
And the touchdown is there by Frazier. The Carlos Frazier from New Orleans, the Big Easy, and he made it look easy after he caught it.
That'll sting the defense coordinator for the Wildcats. I'm sure he wanted that shutout today.
Yep.
Good pitch and catch, though, right there.
If you're a Raider fan, you're saying, where's that been all day?
Yeah, for sure.
Touchdown, that's pretty play.
What, the touchdown or just catching the ball as a wide receiver?
Well, that plus he made a great cut after he caught it, too, didn't he?
He sure did. He made the Bethel man get spun around. He walks into the end zone.
34-6 with 3:13 left in the game. And Cash and the gang, looks like they're going to go for 2. And Cats don't have enough people out there, and then they try to get in real quickly to try to get T.J. Hart in the game. And Bethel's had to burn the timeout. Timeout on the field. 3:13 left, 34-6. Read about this game and both basketball games and more tonight at BethelAthletics.com. That'll probably come your way about 9 or 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Back after this 30. Bethel trying to close it out with a big win here on Senior Day. Stay with us on the Bethel Football Network.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
54-45, the Lady Cats winning their game against Faulkner down in Montgomery, Alabama. Coach Nelson and the gang trying to win their 4th in a row. The men starting at 4 o'clock. So if you're out not doing anything, grab some ice cream or whatever and come on over to Chris Brennan and watch Jeff Britt's Cats try to move their record to 5-1 as they play Crowley's Ridge this afternoon. Chris Perkins, former assistant there. They go for 2, and that's going to be a flag. Yep, proper call.
Going to be a flag right there.
Ran right over him, didn't he?
Yeah, checking in for us from Florida, former Wildcat Riley Wood listening to us.
I remember Riley, yeah, good player, really good player.
Gave us a little tidbit about Noel Patterson. Used to play for Lindsey Wilson before he went to Valdosta State.
That is right. I had not notated that on my list, so Riley, we appreciate that. Riley's a good player.
He was a good player.
313, good guy, too.
He is. He worked for us on the MAED apartment for a little while, recruiting for stuff. Did a really good job. Hated to lose him, but went back home for in-laws and for the babies, and
Sure, yeah.
miss him tremendously.
34-6. I always tell Riley would probably agree with this. I always tell kids here now, they got it made in here when they don't know it, though.
That's right.
The real world strikes after that. Here's Cash. We'll hand it off, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion. And taken in that time by one David Gardner, the junior, Minor High School, Birmingham, Alabama. That's his third, well, not touchdown. That's the third time he scored 2 touchdowns and then a 2-point conversion. So it's 34-8, 3:13 remaining. Let's take a quick 30. We're back as we begin to get cooler here, and the Cats warming up to go to the playoffs right after this on the Bethel Football Network.
Are you always on the go trying to cram a job, picking up the kids, and all of your other errands into an 8-hour day? Carol Bank and Trust is proud to offer mobile banking that allows you to bank on the go and make banking convenient for you. The mobile app allows you to check your balance, transfer money, all from the palm of your hand, 24/7. How's that for convenient? At Carol Bank and Trust is proud to offer banking options that fit into your busy schedule. Carol Bank and Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Always online at carolbank.com.
And we welcome you back to Wildcat Stadium in the Rivals Sports Bar and Grill press boxes. The Cats lead this one 34-8 as the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders finally put one on the board here late in the fourth, the 3:13 mark of the fourth quarter.
Great to see Chris Wells, the assistant commissioner of the league, the voice of Lindsey Wilson, former SID there. He and Bob were here with us, and great to see them. And yep, Hubble called it, too many people on the field. Well, 34-0. Our statistician, Derek Hubble, says we got too many people on the field. They've got too many people on the field. Well,
we're just trying to get everybody letters.
Yeah, just trying to get everybody in the game. In case mom's watching.
Yeah.
Say, tells her husband, hey, Bill, Joe got in the game. yeah, they called a penalty.
They got a flag.
Yeah. Now we've got a little barking between.
We're still talking.
Yeah, we got Noah Patterson and also number 40, Darius Heilich. They're talking it over. Well, we've said it and documented throughout the game. It's pretty well noted. These teams don't like each other a lot at all. I mean, it's probably the most barking I've seen in any game this year.
Darius Heilich.
Illegal participation.
Number 40 from Nashville, Tennessee. His high school, Mount Juliet. Who else went to Mount Juliet High School?
Michael Jasper.
Michael Jasper went to Mount Juliet High School.
Sure did.
2 Golden Bears going at it.
Wilson County posted a great article on Michael recently. Well, Mike won the Hall of Fame this year. Collazo out there patting his helmet with both hands. Don't want to get a concussion, Joaquin. Just stop that if you would. I'll tell you in just a second. Hang on a second. Here's the play running to the 25, 26, 27. That ball was caught. Let's see, back on the punt that Bethel got. On the kick, you mean? Got to go back and I'd have to see the replay. How about, I don't know. Here's the handoff to Dakota Braswell. You know, Braswell has run the ball well in pockets when he's been able to get in the game late.
I was just going to say, I had to look down and see who that was because his burst of speed off the right side was something.
You remember who caught that kick?
I do not.
I apologize to our statistician, Derek Hubble. He's a master brain, though. He'll come up with it.
Claire Craddock has binoculars. Just blame her.
It's got to be now 1st and 10.
Oh!
Big hit. And nothing there at all. Collazo helps Braswell up.
That time, Lindsey Wilson wins the battle up front.
Sure do.
Yeah, just pushed inside.
Oh, my goodness. That was a big hit.
Yeah.
2nd and 11 from their own 29-yard line now as we play out the string at 2:02 of the game. And the Wildcats will set up shop here. And Collazo will hand it off to Braswell. Braswell's trying to get to the corner. It does not. Boy, he's taking down like a wrestling hole there. My goodness, what a tackle.
He's trying to go. He's got to turn that ball up, go north-south.
Yep.
The blocking kept going, taking him to the sideline. He tried to go with it, but he's got to flip that up to the field, not to the sideline.
Cats have some reserves in the game. offensive line. Yeah, we play it out here with only a minute plus left, and Bethel will have it 3rd and 10 from just about right near their 30. And I would imagine just run the ball and then punt it away and get this thing over with, not get anyone hurt. You see it on your screen there, down under a minute now. Our statistician's getting a little giddy up here. Been a long day. Here is the handoff to Braswell again. Braswell's got a first down. He's turning it on. 45. Man, he dropped the ball, and now they've got it. And coming up with a fumble recovery will be Adrian Bailey, excuse me. Well, Braswell had something going. Now we got another flag.
Another flag.
Number 17 got it. That's going to be Bailey, number 17, guys.
Looks like the flag's going to be against Lindsey Wilson, too, I think.
So, the officials thought they've had their hands full this game today.
They sure have.
They'll get in the cars and go back home and call each other and say, man, that was a doozy, wasn't it? Going to be personal foul on Bethel.
Against Bethel again.
Mike not working. May have lost his batteries. It's been such a long day. So after all of that, Lindsey Wilson trying to score here to make it look so bad. 38 seconds all that remains in the game.
And again, if you're Bethel, I mean, you want to hold them out right here. You want that score to look as bad as it can be.
Sure. Personal foul.
His mic went dead, Derek.
Went dead, I'm not sure, Derek. I think it was on 50. I think they got a shoving on Austin Jones, I think.
Boom.
Now we've got Cash's helmet taken off. Nothing intent to be dirty there, just it came off. He'll have to go out of the game.
I don't like that rule.
I don't either, especially a play like that.
Like that, yeah. Not his fault. It wasn't a hit or anything. If it's a hit, yeah, you take him out to make sure he's okay. But if it's just a tackle and it pulls off, let him continue.
And they bring in the quarterback. It's Blaine Espinoza wearing number 4. He has worn number 3 at times, wearing number 4 today. Low snap, and Espinoza dropped it. They came back up with it. And
knee was down.
Knee was down to 12 seconds. So Lindsey, one last shot at it. Espinoza hits the side of his helmet with his hand. He goes out, and Cash is going to come back in. They'll go in the end zone here, I think, with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Now it's going to end. The happy final here for the Bethel Wildcat faithful. On senior day, the Cats win it 34-8. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, Craig will have stats for you, scoring recap for you. We'll talk to Mike Jasper and set the stage for the playoffs. Coming around the corner, it looks like the Cats will have an open week next week and then play the following week on the 25th. Play here against an opponent yet to be determined. That will be determined tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on the NEI Facebook page. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with more right after this. The happy final again, 34-8 Bethel. Stay with us on the Bethel Football Network.
Medicine, pediatrics, mental health, a Suboxone program, and confinement care. Hometown Health Clinic. Staff refresh your resident clinic for families just like yours. Square in Huntington and online at hometownclinics.com.
First move should take you to Taylor Real Estate and Auction on East Main and Huntington. With Taylor Real Estate and Auction, knowing where to begin is the key to real estate satisfaction. And no one does it better than Taylor Real Estate and Auction. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and appointments can be made for other days and times. So whether you're in the market for real estate or looking for an auction company, call 986-8578. Knowledge is power. Taylor Real Estate and Auction.
Doggone it. Did you forget to call 811 before you started digging? 811 is free, easy, and the law. 811 will contact all underground utilities to have your lines marked. Don't wind up in the doghouse. Call or click 811 before you dig. We want to keep you safe. Thanks for trusting the West Tennessee Public Utility District.
The Johnsonville TVA Credit Union wants to finance your your next car loan. Come in and get pre-approved before you go car shopping. Come by any branch, and Johnsonville TVA Credit Union will help with payments to fit your budget. Is your rate too high somewhere else? Bring it to Johnsonville TVA Credit Union and lock in a low rate. 4 locations to serve you, and Covington, New Johnsonville, and Cumberland City. Johnsonville TVA Employees Credit Union, your lender of choice when it comes to borrowing money. Your eligibility will be required.
And we welcome you back to Wildcat Footballs. The Wildcats win today 34-8 over the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders here at Wildcat Stadium from the Rivals Press Box. Now the Wildcats will wait for the selection show tomorrow night to see who they will draw in the NAIA playoffs. We feel pretty confident that they will get a first-round bye and will not play till Thanksgiving Saturday here at Wildcat Stadium, we would hope. So Wildcats win 34-8. Here's some final statistics for the Wildcats and the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Final score was 34-7. First downs, Lindsey Wilson had 11. Bethel had 20. Rushing yards, Lindsey Wilson 33 carries for 67 yards. Bethel 39 carries for 190. Passing yards, 179 for Lindsey Wilson, 219 for the Wildcats. Pass attempts and completions, 26 attempts, 12 completions for Lindsey Wilson, 15 attempts, 19 completions for Collazo for the Wildcats. Total offensive plays, 59 for Lindsey Wilson for 246 yards. The Wildcats 58 plays for 409, doubled them up almost right there in offensive yards. Fumble returns, 0 for Lindsey Wilson, 2 for 32 for the Wildcats. Kickoff returns, 3 of 59 for Lindsey Wilson, 1 of 19 for the Wildcats. Interception return yards, 1 of 17 for the Cats. Punts, Lindsey Wilson, 4 punts, averaging 33.5. The Wildcats only punted 2 times, averaging 47 yards per punt. Fumbles, none for Lindsey Wilson. For the Wildcats, 1 lost fumble. Penalty yards, 4 of 27 for Lindsey Wilson. This is one where the Cats have to clean this up before the playoffs. 7 penalties for 91 yards. Time of possession, 28:02 for Lindsey Wilson. 31-24 for the Wildcats. Third down efficiency, Lindsey Wilson 4 of 13 for 30%. The Wildcats 4 of 11 for 36. Fourth down efficiency, Lindsey Wilson 1 of 5 for 20%, and the Wildcats 1 of 3 for 33%. Red zone scores, 0 of 1 for Lindsey Wilson, 3 of 5 for the Cats. Ethan Cash was 12 of 26 for 179. Rushing, leading rusher for Lindsey Wilson was Jabaz Dawson, 19 carries for 53 yards. His long was 18. Receiving, leading receiver for Lindsey Wilson was to Carlos Frazier, two catches for 78 yards. And for the Wildcats, Collazo 15 of 19 for 219 for 4 TDs. Leading rushing for Wildcats, Martee Smith 17 carries for 102, but not too shabby either was Terrence Roberts for 11 carries for 67 yards. Receiving, J.D. Dixon 5 of 87, Jalen Taylor 6 of 79. Alonzo Russell had 2 catches for 30 yards. Defensively, Lindsey Wilson, leading tackler was Deuce Morton with 12 total tackles, followed up by Chevis Elliott with 7, and Devin Daniels Holmes had 6. For the Wildcats of Bethel, leading tackler was Brody Franks. He had 12 total. Brian Hughes chimed in with 10. And then Javante Carter was 6 to lead the Wildcats on the tackling front. Big win for the Bethel Wildcats as they win 34-8. As Dave McCulley's doing some house cleaning gear, waiting on the arrival of Coach Jasper for his post-game interview with Diamond Dave. Once again, call people's attention to the Rivals press box. Go in today, take your game stub, get 15% off. Burgers, sandwiches, pizza, pasta salad, all the wings here in town here at Rivals. Pretty good wings. Again, bring your ticket stub. You get 15% off this afternoon. Only about 2 miles here from campus. As Diamond Dave joins us back now. Dave, pretty good day. 409 yards, 409 yards total offense for the Cats to Lindsey Wilson's 246. And again, that just speaks to the defense of the Cats today?
Well, the Cats pretty well close to average. 455 coming in and 216 yielding coming in. So they pretty well stayed and kept their numbers right where they need to do to win. And not the prettiest game in the world, but hey, when you win 34-8, that final score is all that's pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what I talked about was, the penalty yards. Lindsey Wilson only 4 for 27. The Cats 7 for 91. And a lot of those penalty yards was penalties that shouldn't happen. Just got to control some emotions down there, especially going into the playoffs.
The connection between Collazo and his receivers remains pretty special, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. I mean, just the touch on the ball Collazo throws, and his receivers goes up and makes plays for him. Unbelievable. You're going to need that going in. If that defense continues to play at the level they played today, the Wildcats are going to be a tough football team to get out of the playoffs.
And you look at Terrence Roberts, carried the ball 11 times, 67 yards. I know you went over these. Smith, 102. They combined for 169 yards rushing. That's what you need.
Oh, two stable, two solid running backs. And, again, like you mentioned during the broadcast, when you can hit you with a 1-2 punch like that, a deadly offensive weapon, then you throw in Collazo and the receivers on top of that, tough to defend.
Story of the game, though, Craig, you alluded to it several times. I agree with you. How about 12 total tackles by Franks?
Wow.
10 by Hughes. The defense spectacular today at times.
Oh, flawless! I think they were staying in their lanes. They stayed at home when they tried to run the ball. Really, the Lindsey Wilson offense could not find any kind of consistency, any kind of rhythm, because that defense just keeps coming at them and kept them off rhythm the whole entire game.
And we talked about it, and I think people are probably saying, well, you're beating a dead horse, McCulley and Lund, but Collazo, 70% coming in on his passes today. How about 15 of 19 today? 219 great decisions.
Oh, absolutely. And Dave, I'm going to go with you. Obviously, I think he's Conference Player of the Year offensively, no doubt about it. Probably MVP of the year in the conference, in my opinion.
Was that last year? Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you have that big arm back there throwing to those receivers and the running backs doing what they do, going to be hard to beat these Wildcats.
Craig, great job as always. We'll see you in 2 weeks, hopefully. Well, no, you're going to be in Knoxville, aren't you?
I'll be in Knoxville, yeah.
Going up there to see Tennessee beat Vandy like a drum.
Well,
but,
my little girl wants to go to a Tennessee game.
I'm teasing. I totally understand. If I had a chance to go to Rupp, I would as well, but different sport. Great job. Well, hang around. Make sure you get that headset. Yep. All right, let's do this. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with the head coach, Michael Jasper, the coach of the year of the conference last year. And I get a chance to do that and repeat again, but right now he's just happy with the win. We'll be back with Coach Jasper right after this 30-second message on the Bethel Football Network.
If you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, or maybe you need a home equity line of credit, call the folks at Holly Credit Union and talk to one of their experienced loan officers. At Holly Credit Union, their goal is to provide members with low-cost, high-quality financial services in a friendly, personal environment. So call them today at 644-9031 to schedule an appointment to discuss your home loan situation. That's Holly Credit Union.
Deposit insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Holly Credit Union of Paris.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back in the, rivals press box. And don't forget to go by and get the great food down there and get a 15% discount. Show your ticket stub. Tell them you know Michael Jasper. They may even go up to 30%. Who knows? But 34-8, the Cats win this game. Mike, so many things to cover. First of all, congratulations and securing a playoff spot. Pretty good chance we'll be home here in 2 weeks. Will you agree?
Yeah, I believe so. I think we made a good statement. And it's up to the Raiders. We'll see what they say.
Especially with the kind of margin here, 34-8.
Yeah, we knew that they're a good football team, but we knew we were a little bit better, and we were ready to play. Springer, Bright had a great game plan, and Coach Kincaid on special teams. We went out and executed.
I know Chris would love that shutout, would he?
Yeah, we had to get some younger guys in there. We're just trying to get guys some reps and get them ready to go. And sometimes you'll give up a tug here or there doing that.
How about the defense? I'm going to start with the defense today, though. 12 total tackles by Franks. Hughes, remarkable game. Did 10, and then the defense did everything you needed them to do, Dave.
Absolutely. Those guys come locked in each and every week, and they knew this was a big task. We control our own destiny. Our main goal is to be the last team standing in the country, and we gave ourselves a chance to do that.
It was an effort team defense, no doubt about it, on the whole defensive side of the ball, but Darian Lewis set the stage for that pick quick.
Yeah, Darian Lewis is a special kid, West Tennessee guy, right down the road at Bright.
Brighton Cardinal.
Man, a phenomenal young man, and he has really come on this year, and I'm excited to see what he does as far as Conference Player of the Year on defense. He's put together some phenomenal games, and he's locked in. But just as good a football player as he is, he's a better person.
I know that he's happy with the win. He's a team player, but Gilbert probably going to go home and watch the replay and go, man, I should have 19 picks now.
He had his hands on quite a few of them today.
Sure did, and then we had a couple of others came close as well. But I thought the D-line just really manhandled a pretty good offensive line out there.
Yeah, man, Lindsey Wilson year in and year out is a dominant football team. And that's what we, honestly, when we first got back here, even in 16, they're the team that you're trying to beat back then. And then obviously we had a couple good years and Brent came in. And that's the team we were trying to emulate a little bit, like exceed their toughness. And that D-line did it today.
Well, we'll get to the offensive side of it now. The receivers, Collazo, his connection with Taylor and Dixon is just pretty remarkable.
It's unbelievable. There's not a better wide receiver duo in the country. And then you put a phenomenal leader and excellent athlete in Collazo, you're bound to do good things.
What does Collazo mean to this team? I'll tell you what he means to the team. Bethel's up really big. Watching the screen, I have to watch the screen here when the play gets down this way. And a great angle here that I watch the screen with. But we have made a defensive play down here, and I looked up, and Collazo's in this left-hand corner of the screen, and he's running all the way down inside the 20-yard line cheering his teammates on.
Absolutely. Everybody loves Waco and respects him, and that's the type of kid he is, man. He's infectious. He's been phenomenal for our football program these past 2 years, and it's going to be hard to replace him, but I'm hoping I don't have to do that until after December 18th.
Absolutely. Let's hope that's the case. I hope Bethel's playing. That would mean that Austin and I will not be going to Atlanta to see North Carolina and Kentucky, but I'll take my chances to go with the Cats. But you look at the Bethel Cats. You look at this, too. Coming into the Collazo, 70% percentage rate on his completions, 15 of 19 today.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's been locked in all year. That was one thing. Even last year, his percentage, completion percentage was a little bit off, but that was due to some drops and some other things and some other factors. But he didn't point the finger. He didn't blame. All camp, all summer, he dedicated himself to being a more accurate and precise decision maker, and that's what he's been for us all year.
Terrence carried the load in the first half, carrying the ball a lot, and then Martise Smith picked up the load after that. 169 yards combined with those two guys. I'm not sure what Martise Smith, what's happened with him. I know he's been banged up a lot. He ran the ball not only powerful today, but he looked quicker today than I've seen him look in several weeks.
Absolutely. He's had some soreness and some things he battled through, and we finally got him back healthy. And now that we have both T-Rob and Martise healthy at the same time, man, it's phenomenal. It's good to have, and it's great for Joaquin. Those guys are also pretty solid blockers as well.
Don't want to leave out Patterson on that touchdown he scored late, too. And I noticed, he's a former player at Lindsey. He went down to Valdosta, and I noticed a lot of the Lindsey kids over here giving him a hug when the game was over.
Absolutely, man. They still got a lot of respect for him. And Logan Noel is a great young man. He's had some injuries this year.
Sure.
But he's finally healthy, and it's good to have him. And I'm praying that everything will start clicking for us down the stretch here.
No doubt about it. Mike, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, if all goes well, there'll be a showing on the big screen in Crisp Arena and the NAI Facebook page. If you can't make it here, you can watch it there. But love to have a big crowd out here along with the players watching that with the Cats. What your final situation will be as far as going out of the regular season into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who we got next, and these guys are excited, and we're going to stay the path.
And one last note, on a personal note, I want to thank Allison, your lovely wife. I've been here 13 years. All the coaches' wives take over the senior day stuff. What a great job. She had it so well organized and made it really easy for an SID and a radio broadcaster, but she did a great job with that.
Yeah, I owe her big. She's awesome.
Yeah, you need to take her out for a big steak. Take her to Rivals and get the most expensive thing on the menu. But you walk in with Allison, they'll probably just say, let's go Shasbury, put him over in the corner. We're gonna comp his food tonight.
Yeah, hopefully. I love that.
All right, Mike, great season, great regular season, and the great thing about it, it's not over for us yet.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Mike Jasper, the head mentor, and today the 499th game played in Bethel history, number 500, most likely to be here in 2 weeks in the NAIA playoffs. That's going to mark it up for us. Great job by Tom Yarbrough over there. He's happy with the Bama win over Kentucky today. And then the Mizzou-Tennessee game, I can see Craig back here, a little nervousness behind me here. We'll follow that one a little later as well. If you're here and you're waiting to maybe go do something, go over to Crisp Arena and see the Cats play. They're taking on Crowley's Ridge in basketball. That's where we're headed right after this. Our special thanks to Tom. Our special thanks to Chris. I complimented Eric and Billy Bailey on their great camera work. Olivia did a great job, and Christopher Reasons, our director on Wildcat Vision, or excuse me, in this case, on the BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios. For all the gang we just mentioned, for Mike Jasper and all the gang, a senior day, it's a happy one. 34-8, the Cats. We'll be back with you in 2 weeks. We'll be back with you pretty soon in basketball come Monday night as the Cats take on Blue Mountain. That's going to wrap it up for us. For all the team, Derek Hummel and all the gang, I'm Diamond Dave McCullough. Good night, everybody.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.